What's good, everybody? It's DSA Above the Rim, and we are back once again on my channel, man, to talk some sports, talk about the NBA playoffs and everything else, basketball in between, man. And, our Pistons and my man Jalen Green, the next GOAT, whether we get him or not. But I got my man Detroit Drew in the building with me. What's good?
What's up, peeps? How's everyone doing tonight, man? Happy Free Smoke Saturday. It's going to be a good one, man. The playoffs are officially back, man. This is not the bubble, and we're going to get into that joke probably a little bit later in the show. But teams are for real now, man. It's been entertaining and a lot of fun, so I'm ready to talk about it.
You already know it's Free Smoke Saturday over here, man. I'm tired as hell, though, so I'm on chill mode. But I'm going to turn up real soon. You already know. But we got a couple guests on us with the show, man. We got my man Matt McLeod in the building. What's good?
What's good, y'all? Excited to talk about Pistons. Have a good show.
All right, man. All right. We got my man, the Bread 313, back to join us again, man. What's good, dog?
Yo. Free Smoke Saturday. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. We got my man Bravo in the building. All Pistons out, I see, man. What's good, Bravo?
Doing good. What's up, you guys? So I'm just trying to log in to the computer, so I will be changing screen soon.
All right, man. All right. Man, for sure, man. All right, man. Let me shout out the people in the chat. We got TJ in the building, Maurice Young in the building, my man Blue and Silver Phantom. We got ESLV in the building, Artist Taylor, John Bradshaw, Kershey, whatever your name is, Sean Down Sports, what up, though? Ryan Bossman, what up, though? Tony Porter, what's good? Mario Youngblood, man, what's good? What's good? Man, okay, so before we get into the Jalen Green and things of that nature, I did want to get into some playoff talk, man, because the playoffs are going on right now. And a few things have been happening, the Miami Heat getting utterly embarrassed and spanked like little children. But, other things have been happening, like the Clippers, trying to fight for their lives, but they still going to lose the series. But we having fun, man. We having fun. But before I get to started with all of that, now that the season's over with, man, what's your takeaway for what the Pistons are going to be in the future with this upcoming year before we get into this playoff talk? I'm going to go to you, Drew.
So far what they need to do, if we're basing off the playoffs, what we've seen so far is you have to play the young guys and let them develop. So far, the red hot Atlanta Hawks, I almost said Falcons. I'm ready for some football too. But look at what Trae Young's been doing, man. He's been talking the talk and walking the walk. That's what they said on ESPN. It was a little corny, but it's true, man. He comes out there and he's lighting it up. Same thing with Luka, man. He's got a personal vendetta against the Clippers. So what the Pistons need to do is continue to feed off Sadiq Bey and have an entire offseason this year to work out, finish attacking the rim, and really put his game together. But continue to feed him more shots. The way that Jeremy Grant had the green light, it's what you got to do for some of the young guys. And then you gotta toughen up in the paint, man. What Milwaukee did against Miami, they shut down the paint. They shut down everybody, to be honest with you, but they shut down that paint. You got to reinforce it in the playoffs. You still have to play defense. So they got a lot of work to do, but if they do their homework, which I know Troy Weaver's doing, next year should be a lot tougher and a way better team than this year.
Yeah, one thing I do think about this team is this year, it's kind of funny how we got Troy Weaver and somehow we expected Blake Griffin and the rest of these guys to be on the team and everyone to be together and to be in this merry little happy world where the whole team is together trying to compete to win 34 games. Well, that didn't happen. Troy Weaver shipped everybody out like, yeah, hit the road. I don't need you. And like, yeah, we going to win 20 games this year. We're going to play some of the young guys, but next year is a wrap because we're going to have a lot of cap space, even though we got to pay Blake Griffin still. And then we're going to have a lot more flexibility and hopefully some players develop. Now, looking at all that with the Pistons, I have to say that I'm not upset with the season regarding like the win total because I really once we knew Blake was fake Blake. That's what I'm going to call him. Once he was being fake Blake in Detroit and D Rose, I mean, I don't really know what was going on with him. He was just he was just out there. Some games he'd be D Rose, other games he's like, man, I don't care. I'm in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I look at Dwayne Casey and what he tried to build, he tried to build up some of these young guys, and I have some disagreements about some of the things that he did, but I do like Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart rising up as rookies. And when I look at everything our rookies did, man, if one of these top 3 picks pan out, we could be talking about playoffs because if we get a top 3 pick. Just because when you look at these other teams, man, like LaMelo came in there instantly. I know the Hornets added Gordon Hayward too. It wasn't just him, but we gonna add more players as well. And they was in the playoffs almost. You know what I'm saying? So I can see the Pistons competing for a play-in if we get one of these players and they actually live up to the hype. That's one thing they have to do is live up to the hype. But if we get Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham next season, we could be talking about winning at least 30 games and competing for something a little bit better. I don't think we're that too far off. We just had to have a down year to build ourselves up. We still got Jeremy Grant, but we need point guards and big men and, some more shooting. So we'll see what we can do with that. But I feel like the Pistons are in a very good place, man. They're in a very good place. And I'm only saying that because our young guys look this good and we still didn't draft whoever the hell we going to draft. So that's how I know we're going to be a problem in the future. But, Bravo, what do you think about the season now that it's over? We've had some time to think about it.
I'll let DeBret go first. I'm just gonna.
Okay. You about to switch screens? All right, go ahead, DeBret.
Yeah. As far as how the season went, it went just like I thought it was. Before this, I remember the first exhibition game. Blake had like 20 points. He was hyped. He like, yeah, the old Blake back. We was arguing about that in the chat. But when I saw him, I'm like, man, this dude old as hell. He was doing all fadeaways. He didn't have no explosion, all jump shots. I didn't see him being on this thing. That's why I was telling you, man, we got to get a top 3 pick. We got to play just enough, well enough to lose most of our games and end up in that top somehow, some way. And that's exactly what we did while playing the young guys. I'm happy as hell how the season went. It went perfect. Now, we still need more development. And, guys like Sadiq, guys like Killian, guys like Ford, and this next guy we bring in off this draft pick, hopefully we can push Jeremy Grant down to like number 3 scorer. Because if not, we're going to end up just like the Knicks. You see what Julius Randle doing in the playoffs right now? He is nothing like he was in this season. The way he's 2 for 15 last game too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's going to be Jeremy Grant.
I don't know. Like I feel like the Knicks. I'm not going to blame Julius Randle. The Knicks don't have a point guard.
Derrick Rosen's not
a point guard, man. He's a scoring guard. It's a difference.
But that's what he got to do.
They need a floor general. I feel like the Pistons, even with Jeremy Grant here, we gonna have point guards. So we'll be a little bit different.
Yeah, but like I say, that old going through Jeremy Grant, letting him hold the ball and then try to go to the hole and fall down. So I can't watch that again all season. Not as my number 1 guy. He got at least 2. Going into next year, and hopefully by the end of that season, he's possibly the 3rd option. That's if that's the recipe for making the playoffs and actually being able to win a series. I don't want to go to the playoffs and get swept again.
Okay. Speaking of getting swept, Andre Drummond won his first playoff game because he couldn't do nothing here. Now. I had to, man. When I looked at that, I was like, bro, you couldn't win us 1 game here, bro. I don't care, dog. You couldn't get one.
What about your boy Luke Kennard? He just got his first one.
Yeah, but Luke Kennard wasn't supposed to be Andre Drummond, man. He wasn't supposed to be Andre Drummond,
4 years, $64 million for 3 straight DNP in the playoffs. Come on, man.
And look at Ty Luke finally got a game, though.
You was crying over him, J-Mo. You wanted him. You was so sick.
No, hey, Luke Kennard is still a great player. That don't have nothing to do with him not playing. Yes, man. That boy can play.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Has he ever dropped 30?
Has Luke Kennard ever dropped 30? I don't know. Check his career out.
He dropped 32.
Man, look, Luke Kennard is still what he is. Just because he's on a championship team and he got a different role don't mean he can't put the ball in the basket. The man literally was hitting half-court shots on the Clippers, dropping 20, and didn't miss a field goal.
Yeah, man.
I'm just saying that man was hitting half court. Finally got some men to start hitting half court shots. Scored 20 straight points. So I'm just saying.
And PCDs in the playoffs.
Right, and they down 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if he played, maybe they would have had somebody who could shoot the ball
That
in
dude
the
can't
first two
check a
games.
yes or no box. He can't play.
And can't none of them play defense the way Luka looking out there.
I mean, that's Luka.
Shoot.
That's
Honestly.
Luka. That's Luka. But you can't let Tim Hardaway give you, 30 either. You know what I'm saying?
You said what?
I said you can't let Tim Hardaway give you 30 either. He got plan for him.
That's on their defenders, man.
The Clippers supporting cast between Kawhi and Paul George is trash.
I disagree with that. Wholeheartedly. The Clippers got one of the best supporting casts in the league, man.
Oh, no, they don't. No, they
Yes,
don't.
they do.
Sarkis is a shell of himself. Reggie Jackson is Reggie Jackson. Pat Beverly, you riding with Pat Beverly? I mean,
you got Rondo. You still got Morris. You still got T-Man. No, they got players on that team. What are you talking about? The Clippers are deep as hell. What are you talking about?
All the other teams.
The Clippers are one of the deepest teams in the league.
Better than the Western Conference benches.
They're just struggling.
Denver got a bench?
You said what?
Got a bench? No.
Shoot, this is better than that.
It's not.
It is. Who they scoring?
It's not, bro. Like, Ty Lue is doing some bad. I remember Bravo came over here and said Ty Lue wasn't that good, and Ty Lue proceeded to show why he was trash. He playing like Serge should be playing. He's not a shell of himself. He should actually be on the court. Like, he's way better than Zubac garbage ass. Better than Batum. Nicholas Batum? Why is he on the court? But hey, he get 40 minutes and it's all good.
40 minutes.
That's all I'm saying, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Nicholas Batum, like
he plays defense.
Zubum. Come on, man. They definitely got a deep team. All right, man. Matt McLeod, man. Let's get your thoughts on the Pistons. Back on the topic we was talking about. Man.
I mean, they're doing all right now. Like, they're right where they need to be. We've been stuck in mediocrity for since 2009. It's been rough, man. Looking for the 8th seed and nothing further than that isn't great. So bottoming out, hitting 20 wins, perfect for me. I was rooting for that all season. I hate rooting for losses, but at a point in time, it's like you just need to blow it up. And Troy Weaver had that vision, so you have to kind of take it and run with that. Not really something you can mess up there when got a bunch of young guys, got a bunch of players just going on the injury list. Going forward, like, we just need to hit. We just need to hit on this draft pick. That's it. I really, at this point, doesn't matter to me if it's 1 or it's 6. We just need to hit on the pick. Unfortunately, wherever we land, we did what we could as a team. Get down at the bottom of the thing. We can only drop to 6, so get a good pick there, and we're all right. I think we're moving forward nicely. I'm the biggest Killian supporter, so full off season for him. I think he's definitely the starting point guard we've been missing for a decade, and you just move on with that. You build through it. There's lots of players that could help us and build towards something that could be a playoff contender within. I mean, playoffs, not playoff contender. Within a couple of years, I would say maybe even a play-in tournament spot next year, like a LaMelo type rise. It's not unreasonable to see with this team. I can't remember what the numbers were behind it, but we were like middle of the pack, like early 20s, 22nd, I think, in like point differential. Like, we were the 8th worst team. We just had the 2nd worst record. We just didn't close games, so it's not like losing the most close games isn't the worst thing for a young team, right? So even if we split half of those games next year, we'd probably improve our record to 30 just off of that alone. So I don't know. I see good things for this team.
Bravo, what's your thoughts on the Pistons in the season, man?
Man, I think we did a great season. People look at it negatively. Look at it, they're really not optimistic. We went through a lot of, we're the worst team in the NBA. But hey, look at it the positive way. We speed the whole process of rebuilding. We started from really a bad team to begin with. We had really a very bad future, very pessimistic future. Injured Blake Griffin. Bad not developing center Andre Drummond. Reggie Jackson full with injuries. Henry Trash Ellenson got traded after the first round pick. We gave up on him. Luke Kennard, look at him. I mean, I like Luke Kennard, and I think we still have a great chance in the NBA. But unfortunately, look at guys like Kevin Herter. Kevin Herter, he never had a good chance. Look at him right now. He's playing great on the Atlanta Hawks because you know what? Because their coach knows how to use him. That's why. And the same thing with Ty Lue. He knows supposed to use. He should find a spot for Luke Kennard on that Clippers team. No way. Don't try to convince me he's not a good player. But he lost his confidence as Luke Kennard, and as well as the Clippers is not really using him right. That's a different conversation. I think the Pistons had a really good season, and we really need this so bad. You know, we got drafted 3 young rookies that are really solid NBA starters, in my opinion. Especially 2 of them, I can say, a good, solid NBA starters. 2 of them at least. I think Sadiq Bey and Killian Hayes are good starters, and I think Killian Hayes, you just give him time, man. He's 19. The kid is still young, and the way he defends is a very good thing. Now, we really tanked the season intentionally. Don't try and convince me this is a bad season. We're a better team than other teams. We're better than the Bulls. We're better than the teams like Cavs. We're better team. I don't want to really mention the whole teams, but we're better than them for sure. We could have won games easily, but the team lost intentionally. Like we've seen all these substitution bench players sitting on the bench like Diallo, Grant. There's a reason why we said at the end of the season. There's a reason why we say Sekou, because he got a spot instead of Durant. So the thing is, we played it hard, and I think we speed up the whole process of rebuilding 3 years. I think in 3 years we will be really a good playoff team. You know, you can look at us in 3 years like one of the new Atlanta Hawks team, maybe. That's how I look at it. I say 3 to 5 years, maybe. But it all depends on June 22nd, next June 22nd. That's the whole thing. The NBA needs – I'm not saying the draft day. I'm going to say June 22nd. The NBA needs to help us in the lottery. That's the biggest deal. So if we really draft – because all these players, let's face it, all these players are nice. I like this. Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey. But at the end of the day, you need that star scorer. And I'm agreeing with J-Mo. Jalen Green or Cade Cunningham – I'd be okay with Mobley, but I don't want to take anyone else. If out of those 3, I'll take Davion Mitchell. He's the guy. His kid that can know how to play, although he's a little bit older. But we need like top 3, in my opinion, desperately. That's why the Pistons tanked, and I think it's a good way to play it. And I think we got a chance, hopefully, in the lottery.
I think we do got a chance in the lottery. So, I'm not really that worried about us getting a good player. Yeah, I just don't want us to get the first pick because I don't want I want Jalen Green. I want the second pick. Right now. I want the second pick, and I want to take Jalen Green. I don't want to even have them to think about taking Cunningham or think about people saying, "Why didn't you take Cunningham?" I don't want to hear none of that. Let some other team take him. We'll take Jalen Green, bro.
No,
we'll take Evan Mobley or whoever the hell Troy even want to take at 2. You know what I'm saying? Because for all we know, he gonna draft some dude out of UCLA we never heard of. For all we know, he drafting Juzang, bro. Like we don't know. So,
man, the hype train is so big right now for Jalen Green. He might go number 1. Like
he might go number 1.
He might go number 1. Depends on who gets that pick. He very well might go number 1. Like
I think so. I don't.
You think the hype train is, but he can't surpass Cade Cunningham.
He got a chance.
Cunningham's hype train been going on since he was 17.
Long, man. If people that broke holes in this game and say he's not athletic enough, like they've been poking holes. I've been looking at him for too long. Jalen Green, fresh. People just now seeing him, after coming up G League late, so his stock is rising high. Cade Cunningham is just stagnant, kind of going down a little.
I can poke a lot of holes in Cade Cunningham's game because he's not a perfect player.
Right.
But the thing is, it's about expectation. No one is saying Jalen Green is like, the next LeBron James or the next all-around point guard. We saying that boy can score. And no matter what you think about Jalen Green or no matter what holes you poke in his game, his deficiencies, end of the day, what we expect him to be and think he can be a scorer. Like, all the other stuff will come and we'll dissect him then. It's different. Cade Cunningham supposed to be this, he can score. He can pass. He defend. He the most clutch dude ever. He that dude. He the one. It's a little bit different. So they going to poke holes in everything. You see what I'm saying? Jalen Green is like, this mini Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine over here about to get buckets. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. So maybe that's why people are enamored. And then when you, like I said, well, like LaMelo and Anthony Edwards, man, some guys want to score Anthony Edwards and some guys want LaMelo. Yeah. So, a lot of people are going Jalen Green's way, but I feel like with Cade, his hype is so high. Like he got like I'm really interested to see it because I think LaMelo's better, but people really think he better than Melo, and I can't believe it. So that's the hype. You know what I'm saying? Like they think he gonna come in and be that guy. I'm not saying he's not, but when you're hyped like that, you gonna get scrutinized. But I still think he going number one. Like his height. He been hyped since he was 17, 16, man.
Yeah, who's comparing him to Melo? I mean, he can score better, but he can't pass like Melo. I mean, he can pass, but not like Melo. Melo's just on a different level.
I don't even know if he can score better than Melo. Because Melo averaged 20 Melo averaged 20 in Australia.
I mean, Melo is a volume shooter. Melo's percentages are low. Cade Cunningham percentages are high.
But Cade Cunningham played in college.
Okay.
I was just saying, well, if you're comparing them coming out as prospects, Melo's averaging 20 in Australia.
Yeah, shooting 38% from the field.
Yeah, but he's still averaging 20 against grown men, bro.
Shooting 38% from the field. That's not good.
That's better than anything you're doing in college because it's a better league. I would love to see what Cade percentages will look like going against them. So I'm just saying.
J-Mo, I don't want to mention that we don't need the number one. We got the number 2 pick. No, just be greedy. Take the first pick. You can always trade it down. You can always trade it down and get an additional talent from other teams. If you really want Green, you can trade down to the 2 and take Green at 2. I don't want the number 1.
Hold it for hostage if you want Green more than Cade. That's it. That's all it is. What you got to do.
I just want us to NBA to help us, man. They never really helped us ever. They never made us gain a spot up in the lottery, and we're due. I don't understand why they wouldn't help us this year. So we'll look at it. Last year we were very high end.
Yeah, I don't know. But this year, man. I don't think Cade gonna be scoring better than Melo rookie year, bro.
I
don't know, man. No, Cade handle is not like LaMelo. Yeah, I don't know. We gonna see. Melo different, bro. Melo was top 3 in the league in ISO scoring. Like I don't even know how he did that. So
he's like different dribbler. He's not like fancy like LaMelo. LaMelo's got the style.
Cade at times struggles to create separation, man. That's his only problem. I haven't seen Melo really struggle with. He's been double teamed a couple times, but he can pass so well. It's like not a big deal with Cade. He's got nothing, man. Like that. He's got no bag.
I'll tell you who's a better player.
Don't be disrespectful. Cade got a bag. Cade got a good bag.
I'll tell you who's
no bag, but I didn't see Cade bop step back in your mouth. Like let's hold up now. I know he got a bag.
He got that spin move too down when you go to.
And he can finish with both hands.
All right, so here's the
guy.
example. It's like when you go to the grocery store and they ask you if you want paper or plastic. Well, depending on which one you like better, I'm gonna say personally, plastic's better. It's easier to handle. That would be LaMelo, and the brown paper sack would be Cade.
Brown paper sack.
No,
you know what I would want? I want gold,
Drew being disrespectful, man.
It's not a bad thing. It's just personal preference.
Oh, man. No, I think LaMelo is better, but you being disrespectful.
You know what I think better than them? I think better than them is Luka Doncic. We want a guy like that.
I'm starting to feel like Luka gonna be the best player in the league, bro. Over everybody. I'm talking about, but we gonna see, man. He really looking good over there. But speaking to that, man, let's segue. The NBA playoffs have been going on, so I don't see any Bucks haters. Where y'all at? Where y'all Giannis haters at, man? Y'all was on my ass last year. Where y'all at, bro? I just wanted to say, thank you for your loss. It felt really good to see the Bucks win. I know that's not my team. You asked me why I care about that. Nothing, man. I just think Giannis is a top 3 player in the league. A lot of people don't believe that, but they got a better team around them. But anybody got any thoughts about Miami getting swept? I don't know how you got swept. I didn't even say they was going to get swept. Like, that's embarrassing. Like, even Milwaukee didn't get swept.
The funniest thing about this is seeing all the things come up on Twitter about how the Heat fans were saying, and even the Miami Heat said it, that Hero was untouchable for James Harden. Now they just look stupid, man. Yeah. They looked lost, man. Bam was really, really bad against Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez, man. Looked like he was playing for the Brooklyn Nets again, man. That's what kind of Brook Lopez was looking, man. Bam needs to step up. He really needs to think. he's got to go in the offseason, just get more aggressive or something. He looks so timid. The only one that was really playing anything was Jimmy Butler. And that was about it.
Oh yeah, I was hearing all of this. Giannis couldn't guard Jimmy and all of this stuff, and Giannis like, well, I'm just doing what Coach told me to do. Well, Coach set him on Jimmy, and Jimmy, it was your worst nightmare. So I like Jimmy. He's a dog. But Miami, you're idiots. I know they put up all these trade packages. I don't care what the damn trade packages was. Get James Harden, win the championship, worry about losing everything later. Y'all did the same thing with LeBron and D-Wade. Y'all was like, we gonna give up the entire team except for LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, and we gonna fill out the roster. You, Bam, Jimmy, James Harden, come on, man. Like, they will probably be unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? And I know, you see how well he fits with those guys in Brooklyn. You know, they'll be unstoppable just with that Miami system. And Miami has a culture of playing defense, something that I think they'll come back to bite the Nets, man. But oh man, Miami choked this year, not getting Lowry or Harden, and settle for a busted Oladipo. Yeah, Oladipo. He looking all bad out here, man. I told y'all we should got Bryn Forbes, team light skin out there hooping. You probably only wanted Bryn Forbes because he went to Michigan State. Stop playing, man. Him and Jalen Brunson. Hey, Jalen Brunson was going crazy last night, though.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanna watch out for the Bucks. I think the Bucks going to the championship. I ain't gonna say they're gonna win it, but I think they coming out the East because the Nets. We can talk all day about how great they are because they're the Nets. But at the end of the day, if Jason Tatum can go out and drop 50 on y'all asses and beat y'all, I don't care if y'all win the series. You know what I'm saying? They're a superior team to Boston in every way, shape, or form. And Boston can still get a win off of you. That shows me that defense that's been a problem all year is still a problem. And if you don't play defense, you don't win a championship. Say whatever you want about them Golden State super teams or the Miami super teams or all these teams. They played defense. All of them. Every single damn one played defense. And if they didn't, remind me now. We can talk. And you can remind me. But they all play D. The Nets don't play D. And when you're going against a team like Milwaukee who can match your firepower and they play D, what the hell y'all going to do with Giannis? Giannis averaged like 40-something points or 35. It's like y'all see his numbers against the Nets, bro. Like, he hit like 5 3-pointers against the Nets, man. It's crazy. So, it is what it is. But the Nets don't have defense.
Yeah.
76ers don't have the scoring. Yeah. Milwaukee definitely going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals fighting with somebody, man. So, who do the Bucks play next, though?
They play the winner of Brooklyn and Boston.
Also, Brooklyn, y'all next?
Yeah.
Oh, dang, that's going to be bad if y'all get put out in the second round, Brooklyn.
My only concern with the Bucks, though, is how they close out games, man. Like, teams will be packing the paint on Giannis, and they'll still just be dumping it down to 3-4 people down there, letting them get fouled, letting them miss free throws. Like, they gotta come up with a better way to close out these games. I know you want the ball in your best team player's hand at the end of the game, but Middleton got to step up. Somebody else got to step up. Holiday, somebody else got to step up. Lopez did today, but you got to be able to close out games.
Yeah.
They're not going to be.
The reason I'm not worried about that, though, is the Bucks are adjusting. Is player did step up. Game 1, Middleton hit that big shot. Game 2, Drew Holiday and them boys. It's just like I kept telling people and they still do it. They wanted to blame Giannis for everything. I'm like, bro, if he had other stars, I could understand. But like when you looking at his team against some of these other teams, them teams are they just had more pieces. You know, even Miami last year, they had more pieces. You had a bum ass Eric Bledsoe out there, and George Hill off the bench, and you know what I'm saying, like that. Now you got Bobby Portis and Drew Holiday and, the ghost of P.J. Tucker out there and, Bryn Forbes coming off the bench. They lost DiVincenzo, but in those closing games, somebody did always step up. So I feel like that they'll be able to get by with that, man, because at the end of the day, man, even if Giannis was scoring all them points and hitting all them free throws. They not gonna win a championship if nobody else steps up at the end of the game. And I think that the team knows that. But he got to make his damn free throws. Shit. At the end of the day, got to make your free throws, Giannis. So, but Middleton, I've been going at him for years and ripping him apart because he been leaving Giannis by the wayside. But I always gave him respect because he didn't let Giannis get swept. You remember that show, Drew? I gave that man his flowers because that would have been bad. And y'all saw what he did in that first game, man. The thing with me is I think Milwaukee is more of a team. They've been together so long. You feel me? They've been together so long. I mean, they've been adding players, but the coach, they've been together so long. You know that eventually they're getting your ass whooped in the playoffs so long. You gonna get over the hump, especially when you got a player as great as Giannis. What the Bucks did this year was simple. They got a better team this year, and I feel like Bud got a little better, and I feel like Giannis got a little better shooting the 3-ball too. That's why they look how they look.
Right. I mean, I hear you, but like I say, you actually watch the game. Like
I watch all the games except for this one. This last one.
Time out though. I'm saying though, that game where Chris Middleton hit that shot in overtime, it shouldn't even never even have got to overtime. Milwaukee had that game in total control. All they had to do was just count down the last seconds of the game. What did they do? They up it down inside the Giannis, who's getting quadruple team and getting fouled and not making the free throws. Better strategy. That's gonna kill you against the Knicks. If you bail them out, Middleton bailed them out. That's gonna kill you against the Knicks. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think the fact that Middleton bailed them out shows more character about the team than the fact that they didn't, because normally they just lose that game no matter what.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they needed somebody to do something or they was going to lose. And Middleton was like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I'm telling you, players got to learn how to do stuff to continue to do it, man. Middleton got to learn how to step up in those moments, man. I ain't comparing them to Kobe and Shaq, but it's supposed to be that type of thing to where, like, it's supposed to be that type of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Middleton's supposed to be, the one hitting those shots. I know Shaq was a closer. He had tons of post moves. Nobody's questioning Shaq closing the game. We all know this, but he could just throw the ball to Kobe at any given damn moment. Close, Kobe. And I'll still win Finals MVP. Like Kobe dropped 34 against Phoenix. What was it? Phoenix, I think it was, on one of them runs. And I'll just sit here and chill this series. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of stuff. We've seen Kyrie carry LeBron in series. I'm not talking about the final. I'm talking about, like, in series. Like, I remember against the Raptors. I remember the year they won the championship, Kyrie led them in scoring in the playoffs. Not in the finals, in the playoffs. And, like, that Raptor series, Kyrie was out of his damn mind. I know LeBron told, but Kyrie was out of his damn mind. So, you need your number two to do some damn shit. And that's what Middleton, I feel like he's showing that you're not wrong because the Nets are masters at closing games. They got two closers and, a possible. James Harden can pass and close the game. Maybe not score, but he'll pass to a wide open shot, though. Bucks are feeling it right now. Smashing the Heat is big. You just hope they don't get clicking too early. You come down a tight game in a tight series. Every playoff game is going to be tight unless it's a blowout at the end of the day. So, Giannis, make your damn free throws, bro, and y'all be all right. Like, at the end of the day. Okay, so is there any other series y'all want to talk about before we move on? Because I feel like this Portland-Denver series is getting real interesting.
Okay, my favorite series. What do you guys think about J-Mo knows about what I'm talking about. The Knicks versus the Hawks.
Oh, my God.
That is my favorite series in the NBA so far.
My God.
What do you guys think about that?
It's going great, man.
Yawn. Trae Young has been putting on the show, but come on, I don't care about no Knicks and no Hawks. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. They're the only team. Like, I feel, I'm not hating on them. Like, I'm glad they made it to, but they're the only two teams in the playoffs that we know can't win the championship. Every other team, even Boston trash self, how they looking, has some type of potential. But them two teams, no.
Boston,
Portland, Denver, Phoenix, Utah, maybe not Memphis. But, like, you just know they're not going to do nothing. So it's like, man.
It's a fun series.
And I don't care for the Knicks at all or their fan base.
No,
And
the fact that
Trae Young,
Philly gets to handle one of those two teams, that's just unfair. That's
yeah, man.
that's not even fair.
Nobody wants to talk about that. How
Well,
about talking about the Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks?
Luca's the man.
Yeah,
Luka is the man. Oh my
Drew. So,
God.
are the Clippers gonna come back, or
No,
is Luka gonna
no.
put them away?
See, the Mavs should have won
Luka,
game.
he was all hurt yesterday.
Yeah, he's got something going on with his shoulder. He's some shoulder issue. I don't know what happened, but I think it was off like a rebound. And he got boxed out weird or something. And he hurt his shoulder. But they should have won game 3. The problem is they took Luka out in the first quarter too soon. Yeah. I know that they like to have him on this minute restriction where he plays 6 minutes, rest 3, plays for another 6 or something like that. But you had all the momentum early in game 3. Like that was about to be a blowout. They take him out of the game, and all of a sudden it was just a bunch of ISO with Tim Hardaway. And they were just shooting bad shots. Him and Kaliba.
No, that's not why they lost. They lost because Chris Stapps played like ass. That's why they lost. And Tim Hardaway played like ass too. Simple. They step up, they win. Because the first 2 games, they both didn't play like that. So, you ain't gonna make shots every night though. But your player, like, end of the day, Luka had what, 1 billion points? It's like no.
Well, they
like,
keep putting Zubac on him. Like on the like Paul George acts like he wants to guard him. When that pick comes, they switch instantly. Like he's not trying to fight through the screen or nothing. He just lets Zubac guard Luka, and it's barbecue chicken, man. He can't stop him.
Yeah, I've seen Kawhi. Kawhi can't really stop him either, but Kawhi has tried to guard him and has made Luka pass the ball a few times. But Kawhi will like stay and at least attempt to guard him. Like nah, man, I'm gonna guard you and make you pass the ball or something like that, even if it is for a wide open 3. But I feel like the Clippers. I'll put it like this. Will the Mavericks have 2 more games where they hitting all their damn shots? The answer to that question is, I think yes, and that's why the Clippers are going to lose the series. Because the only way they beat the Mavericks is to keep the Mavericks from hitting all these damn threes. Like, last game, their field goal percentage was much worse than it was the first 2 games. And they didn't make shots, like I said, Tim Hardaway, KP. But I just feel like that was kind of like an off game for them. You ain't going to be on all 7 games. And the next game, I think they're going to be hitting those same shots. But it's going to be very interesting. I still think the Mavericks could pull it out, though. It's going to get interesting. I don't think this could go 7. I don't think it's just going to be a cakewalk now that the Clippers won game 3. They're going to try to fight a little bit. Because they got Rondo. Rondo going to try to win the series, knowing him. So, you know what I'm saying? So, Rondo, he's not playing. But I feel like last game, KP was terrible. And today you got to make shots to beat the Clippers. They're like the best 3-point shooting team in the league. So, but I definitely think the Mavericks going to have a couple more games where they're on. And now if the Clippers beat them one of those games, then we're talking about some interesting things. But I just feel like they getting out coached.
KP has got Pistons Blake Griffin syndrome. He likes to shoot threes instead of getting down low in the paint, man. I know he's got some knee issues. He's torn a couple times. But against the Clippers, man, who do they got down low that could stop him? I'm like, Zubac, he ain't going to do it. I don't know. I like Chris Stapps on the wing. I do too, and every once in a while, but
like,
he's shooting
that good
like
at shooting
every
three.
shot.
Like, he's just a way better natural wing player than Blake. And it ain't like he got that many moves anyway. But I know what you're saying, Like he just needs to make he needs to make those mid-range shots. Those are ones that let me know he don't got no hurry. It'd be a mid-range over you 7-3. It'd be a mid-range over 6'5" T-Man and you missing badly. Bro, and T-Man that he easy shot miss. You know what I'm saying? Robert, you want to say something?
So my cousin lives in Dallas, and they're saying pandemic KP.
Oh yeah. But you can't call him pandemic KP. Dog,
man, that's ridiculous. They just make
call him that, dog. Man.
Like you might as well just make fun of Paul George at that point. Like you're just making fun of him still.
Oh yeah, I think so. That's right.
Yeah.
So don't nobody think the Clippers gonna win this series?
Nope.
See, I think,
Possible. If they win next game, they're back in it technically.
right.
But I think it might go to 6 games. You never know. I think The thing is, it's just really hard to predict what's going to happen. I think the Dallas are really a hot team of the start. If they really start strong, they got a good chance in the game. I don't know. We'll look at it, enjoy the series, just watch it. But man, Luka Doncic is a player, man. He knows how to do everything. This guy.
He's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
man, I think it's a lot like we was talking about earlier. You know, the Mavericks already proved that they can beat the Clippers when Kawhi and Paul George both go off. It's gonna come down to y'all, your supporting cast. Who's supporting cast gonna perform? Last game, the Mavs supporting cast didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? The Clippers ended up winning. You know, the Clippers, I don't trust they supporting cast, but if Reggie Jackson gonna knock down some threes, you know what I'm saying? They get the ball
Well,
out
they
there.
did win because Morris hit 3 threes
I mean,
in the fourth quarter.
Morris,
Like all them threes was pivotal. Like they would have
yeah, I
lost if
mean,
he didn't hit those.
Morris do that from time to time. He just don't do it enough. He
Nah,
do
you're
he
right.
do that from time to time. You know, he'll drop 30 on him. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it's gonna come down to them supporting. Like Morris got to get off. Jackson got to be solid. Rondo got to be playoff Rondo. You know what I'm saying? These guys got to perform. The reason why they there. You know what I'm saying? Why is Zubac playing way more than Ibaka? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't
and then
know.
when you see Ibaka
Ask
in the
T.
game,
Lou. You
he
ain't
don't
even
look.
playing Boogie.
But when you see Ibaka in the game, he don't look that impressive either. You know what I'm saying? So
But I don't know, man. Like Ibaka is not like he's been a good player on the season. You know what I'm saying? And like it's the playoffs. Like put it like this: did you watch the Lakers play?
of course,
Yeah.
No, I'm telling. Did you watch them when they played Marc Gasol?
yeah.
Yeah.
Did he really look that good out there?
No, but he's so
Well,
crafty
I
on
was gonna say,
defense.
but he
too.
had an impact though, and
Yes,
he hit
yes.
that 1-3 in the fourth quarter. That's
Yeah,
what
he's
I'm talking
crafty.
about. That's
And
what
on
I'm talking
defense
about.
too. You know, like
He
his
wasn't there that long.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
crafty on
saying?
defense.
He had an impact though, even though he didn't look like we want to call him a shell of himself.
But
But
that's what I'm
like
saying. But
that's what I'm like.
Ibaka
That's
don't
why
have no
Ibaka
impact.
need to be out there. Now
But
I think he
Ibaka-
can have an impact if he was out there and knew that he was gonna be out there.
But look at the minutes that Gasol played. He didn't play that much, but he had an impact in the minutes. Ibaka played them same minutes and don't have no impact. That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
Gasol got put
He
in
didn't
early in the
have
game though. I think you gotta play Ibaka and DeMarcus Cousins. Like you can't play Zubac at all.
I don't even know if you can play.
Can't argue with that.
No, DeMarcus, you need DeMarcus Cousins, man, right now to score some points. Just to beat you just need him to beat DeMarcus. Like for real. Like and DeMarcus and Rondo, no, I'm telling you, Rondo gonna keep him in line on the basketball court. You play him with Rondo and you let him go to work, man, because when Boogie's on the block, who's gonna stop him from scoring on the inside? You know what I'm saying?
Knees and the Achilles, man.
Man, them knees and that Achilles, he still was having good games this year.
Sometimes, but you gonna trust that in the playoffs? I don't know.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna trust veterans. I'm gonna trust veterans all day long in the playoffs over guys who just not built like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no other choice, man.
It's hard to argue for Zubac. I mean,
like they don't have no choice. Like there's no like when I'm looking there, like you gotta play Boogie and Serge Ibaka. Like you only need them to have one good game in the whole series. You only need one good game from them. And that's what I'm saying. Like, throw them out there. They play like trash. Mention it ain't that deep. But at the end of the day, you saw he played T-Man more. Because, like, hopefully Luke Kennard get buried from under there. He's like, all right, T-Man, I'm done burying you on here. You can play now. You know what I'm saying? So, Ty Lue has been on some fluke stuff. I really feel like Marcus Morris, he really won him that game when he hit those clutch threes. Because the game was close. And every time the Mavericks trying to come back, Marcus Morris would hit that corner three every single time. So that don't happen next game. We'll see. And I can't believe Kawhi dropped 40-something and PG dropped 20, and they still lost badly. I was like, oh, okay. But this is just a very interesting series in the playoffs, man. I just hope that we get to talk more about the Pistons in the playoffs. But we got some time for that. But if Chris Paul was playing, how long would this Lakers series go? The bread 3-1-3.
It'd be Suns and 6.
Oh, okay. You doing too much, but okay.
The whole thing, though, LeBron don't look like LeBron right now. I don't know if it's the ankle, you know what I'm saying? But he does not. He's not as aggressive as he normally is in the playoffs. Now he had the little stretch at the end of the game last game, but he looked good. started, dancing and all that stuff. You started seeing a little bit of it come back, but he's still lacking that explosion. He's not getting by a guy like that, and he's not being aggressive. He's just overpassing the ball a lot, forcing AD to do pretty much everything. You see KCP playing like Detroit KCP. He's not giving them no help. LeBron's relying on too many of his guys. It's time for him to step up and be Theo Game James at some point. If he plays like
No,
this,
but I actually like what he's doing,
Lakers
man.
won't get there.
He playing the long haul, man.
If he
Brian
keeps playing like
can
this,
hit a
Lakers are not going to get to the
Brian
peak.
can hit a switch whenever. That second game he was playing like like you said, he was playing like he was playing, and then what'd he do? Turn around and just hit one of them crazy jumpers, crazy 1-foot jumpers over Cameron Payne, and then they end up losing because AD came back down and hit a 3, and somebody else did something. That's all they need. They need him to just be like that in the clutch. You know what I'm saying? But all that, I don't know if they really need that against the Suns, man. And I think he's trying to get his guys going, man, because he ain't going nowhere if KCP and them boys don't play better. But I still think the Lakers would have won the series. But I knew somebody was gonna say that, man. Y'all talking about Lonzo in the chat, bro? What y'all talking about, man? They talking about Lonzo. Somebody telling that they want Lonzo. If we get Lonzo, who are we drafting? Jalen Green still?
At that point, you might as well draft Mobley.
You draft Mobley? True, you draft Mobley, Zoe will have him looking like a goat. And Killian, too. What would you offer Lonzo? How long? I just don't think we can afford Lonzo as much as I want him. And I just feel like we got guards already. I really don't know what, like, now if the Pistons were drafting Mobley, I'm like, oh, go get him. But I don't want Zoe here with all these other guards, and I don't want to have to go through all of that. But if we went out and got Zoe right now, that would tell me we drafted Mobley, and hey, let him and Killian play together. You got Sadiq Bey at the 3, Jeremy Grant at the 4, and let's go. Zoe's used to playing with other guards. It's a new NBA, man. It's a new NBA. Unless you a team that really doesn't have another guard that can play, every team has 2 guards. You know what I mean? Like Luka, they don't have another guard. But if they did, they would look different.
It's going to be the same thing like we draft Cade. They're just going to be running cold point.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Teams do it all the time.
So, of course, I'm taking Lonzo any day of the week. I just, I mean, and I pay him whatever, man. What do you mean? We got cap space. You paying Jeremy Grant $20 million, dog. Come on.
Probably end up.
Come on. I'll give Zoe $20 million if you paying Jeremy Grant $20 million. Trust me.
It would probably be a sign and trade for each other.
I'll rather sign and trade him, too.
They would take Jeremy Grant from us, realistically. The only person that we have for the money, right?
I know who I'm taking back, though. Give me Jackson Hayes. Then I don't have to draft Mobley, and I can still get Jalen Green. Look, man, I'll take Nikhil. I'll take some of their players, man. I'll take Josh Hart. If they re-sign him, they would have to re-sign Josh Hart. I want to take Josh Hart, period. Besides that, I love me some Josh Hart, man. But I do think Zoe's going to the Knicks, but or the Chicago, but who knows what Troy Weaver is going to do? Who knows? But he's definitely going to get like $20 million. So they just made a report he's going to get $20 million. So we going to see about that, man. Now Jackson Hayes is going to be nice, bro. Don't sleep. That boy is an athletic freak, man. But all right, let's talk about my man Jalen Green. So it's Free Smoke Saturday, and we are back. DSA Above the Rim, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channels, man. And we here to talk about my man Jalen Green and what he can do for the Pistons, and is he the right player, and is he the franchise guy that we need him to be? Hey, Mr. Ray, you in denial like every Lonzo hater? He gonna get more than $20 million, bro. Y'all got to do y'all research, man. Duncan Robinson about to get $20 million. Who's the better player? Exactly. He definitely has bounce. Yeah, I love Josh Hart. So the Bread 313. I don't even remember who your favorite player was. Was it Jalen Green or was it Cade? But what do you think about Jalen Green as a draft prospect? And do you think he would be the player for the Pistons that we need, man?
I love Jalen Green. Like I say, I started off as a Cade Cunningham, fade for Cade guy from the beginning of the season, from before the season. But the more I saw Jalen Green, I mean, man, this guy, he can do it all. You know what I'm saying? Like he's that scorer that we need. So he's got elite NBA athleticism. He's got tremendous body control going to the basket. He can finish in multiple different ways, left hand or right hand. He plays defense. I mean, he does everything we want him to do, and he scores at a high clip. You know, better than most guys in this draft, really. I mean, definitely better than Cade. You know, so man, to me, I love this guy. I don't care if we took him at 1. I don't care if we took him at 2. You know, I'm down with it. I'm my top 2 players, Cade and Green. There's no really 1A, 1B pretty much at this point.
Okay. Drew, man, what's your thoughts about my man Jalen Green? What's your breakdown? Is he the player we should take? Like, if you had the number 1 overall pick, would you take him?
He is a verified. He's got that blue check mark next to his name in the scoring category, man. There's not a way this guy can't get a bucket. Seriously, if you guys have not done enough research on this guy, which I assume that's why a lot of people in the chat who aren't hyped on this, that's kind of where they're at. They haven't watched him a whole lot. It doesn't matter who's guarding him, if it's a tall wing player, someone like at a 5 position, or a guard. He's got such a skill set. He scores in different ways. He's really good at attacking the basket, and he can shoot it from pretty deep. Man, doesn't really have that Trae Young, Steph Curry range, but he can be a couple of steps behind the arc, and he can be money all day long. If I was the Pistons and I had the number 1 pick, I don't know if I'd want to be in that situation, because like we talked about earlier, man, the hype around Cade. Don't get me wrong, Bravo. I want the number 1 pick. I just, as being in the Pistons organization, I wouldn't want to be there, because it's like, do you take Cade or do you take Green?
You trade it down if you want to hear about it. Simple as that.
No, because you get the guy you want. You don't trade down.
No.
You don't trade down, because if you trade down, someone could take your guy. Rather, if you want Cade or Green, I really think those are the best 2 players in the draft. I'm still high on Mobley, but right now, with all the hype on Green, if we get the number 2 overall pick, we're guaranteed Green. I don't think if Houston gets him, I think they're taking Cade. Again, I think someone would have to jump up before us at number 1 outside of Houston to really start being concerned about not having Green available at number 2.
Yeah, man, look. My man Dominique Davis, he says if you want to watch Green, they have full G League and night games on YouTube. And that's why I'm high on Jalen Green, because I discovered him watching I was watching the G League game, man. I was at the casino chilling, putting bets in. They had the G League game on. I'm like, oh no, we got to sit down and watch this. I'm like, ain't that Jalen Green kid? And him and Kuminga was playing, and I was watching, and he was flashing on the screen a lot to me, and I'm like, oh, this is the guy type. I'm like, oh, this is the dude. I'm like, oh, he look good. He look ready right now. The first time I watched him play 10 plays, and I'm like, yo, he ready already. Because in that first impression, on top of me seeing 2 more other games with him, and then all the highlights and stuff, I'm like, I don't need to see anymore. Also, I was paying attention to him in high school. So, I'm really good with my basketball knowledge on the point of finding, young players when they like 16, 17, 15, 14, because I'll be looking at all the top prospects, and some of these guys flash on the screen early to me. Like I mentioned, my boy Mikey Williams. I don't know, he just looked like he going to be good. That's all I'm going to say. I remember when I saw Scotty Barnes.
Didn't Mikey Williams grow like a couple inches too?
Wait, he grew?
Yeah. I thought
no, he grew. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I thought
he was like 6'2", bro. If he grew, it's done, bro. That boy tough.
I heard that. I checked that.
Bro, I might have to go look that up. If that boy grew, it's a wrap, because he is tough. I thought like he's like a small guard.
Yeah,
he grew.
He grew a little bit.
If he grew, oh man, because that boy tough. It say he's 6'3", but he still has a couple years to grow. Now I'm telling you, man, he get like 6'5". Ooh, but he's gonna be a very good player. But when I watch Jalen Green, like you said, the main thing about me that I differentiate like some type of scorers, like there are different types of scorers, but like the pure scorers, they all have this body control that's just next level. And that's why like I compare him to like Bradley Beal, because I remember saying this, there's not really there's not a shooting guard that plays like Bradley Beal. He has a unique game, and he does. Same thing with a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who I compared to Cade earlier. But Jalen Green was like the only player where I'm like, yo, he looked like Bradley Beal. And I only know that because y'all know I'm a Russ fan. Sadly, my Wizards getting toe up, but we all expected this. I had some false hope, but the Wizards don't play defense. Can't win without defense. And Scott Brooks is an idiot. You starting Alex Lynn and Raul Neto. Oh, don't make me go on a rant about how stupid that man is. Alex Lynn and man. Anyway, back to Jalen Green. I've seen Bradley Beal play so much this year more than normal that when I watch it, I'm like, yeah, he's literally doing moves that I see Bradley Beal do on a nightly basis. Of course, it's on a different level, but his body control is just next level. He can get to the rim and finish with either hand. He's ambidextrous. He can score. He can dribble just well enough to get to his man. And he also can pass and make the right play and play a little defense. Like, he's not perfect. He'll make the bonehead plays and have turnovers and miss shots, take crazy shots you shouldn't take. But at the end of the day, that's what a scorer is going to do. I've said it a million times, and I'll sound like a broken record. That kid was put on this earth to score the ball. Hey, I don't know how high level he can get. We don't know if he can get superstar level at it, but he at least going to be putting up 15, 16 as a rookie, and we'll see where he builds from there. And I just think he's going to be a star, man. Like, only thing that keep these stars from being, like players like him from being good is injuries, like serious ones. If that man stays healthy, he's just going to be a great player. And I think he's the player he should take. I told y'all the last time I did the show, if we had the number 1 overall pick, I'm taking Jalen Green, bro. And I'm not taking him because I think he's going to be better than Cade either. I just know what I want, and I want Jalen Green. Simple as that. And that's just what I would do. But I think Green's the perfect fit. He's the scorer we need. He fits our culture. I just feel like the Pistons fans, we have never, probably since Grant Hill, we've never had that player that we just knew was that guy, and we didn't have to worry about. I won't even say worry. We didn't even have to contemplate. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the guy. Game 1, you see it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, like a Ja Morant or a Zion, just day 1, boom. LaMelo and day 1, boom. It ain't nothing else. You can have a guy develop like Giannis. Like, we hope Sekou can get there. That's great. Look how good Giannis is. So that's great. But I feel like it's time for us to just have that player that's day 1 showing an impact. And I think Jalen Green, when it comes to scoring, and I keep telling you, he can make a little bit too. So, you know what I'm saying? He can make a little bit too. So when I feel like about that, I don't know. I think the sky's the limit for this kid. I really do. I just think the sky's the limit, man. Bravo, man. What do you think about Jalen Green as a prospect? Do you think he's the he's the right player for the team? I know you love Cade Cunningham, man.
Yeah, I'll let Matt maybe talk. I think it's his turn. He hasn't talked for a while.
No, doesn't matter.
Yeah, Matt. What? Oh, really? You don't really care?
Doesn't matter to me who goes first. It's all good.
Okay. So, yeah. So we want to bring people on the show, let them also some time to talk, and I think just make sure that you guys hit the like button. We're doing a late show, so the more likes, we appreciate that. And talking about Jalen Green, he is probably, if you ask me, the most explosive out of the top 3. Easy. He's the most explosive player. He's a scorer. I mean, I love him because he reminds me of players like I don't think Bradley Beal immediately, because you cannot really see a lot of Bradley Beals, but I definitely see like Zach LaVine and him. Definitely, he's a guy like that, and I can even see some of the comparison of above the rim, like Vince Carter. He's got some Vince Carter dunks and stuff like that. So I really like this kid because this kid is a tremendous scorer, and we need a scorer like him. And I think he's got a high upside potentials in the draft. He's got higher potentials than the other top 3. I heard from analytics, they say that he's the highest potential in the NBA in the draft because of the fact that he's got explosiveness, his scoring ability. Now, Cade Cunningham doesn't have that explosiveness as Jalen Green. He's not that athletic as Jalen Green, but this guy is really super athlete. So that's why I'm really high on him. I think he's going first or second, in my opinion. I probably think he's going to go second because a lot of teams are high on Cade Cunningham, and I think Jalen Green is going to go second. The biggest thing for me, I don't really care about Jalen Green or Cade Cunningham. I just want to get a great top 2 pick. That's all I want, man.
Man, I'm tired of that. No, I do care. Like,
think
I
top
don't care. No, I do. Because I think it matters. I think it matters, man. I really think it
So
matters.
what you think the team look like with Cade as opposed to with Green? Like, what are you envisioning?
I just feel like
That's not the debate. We're either getting top 1, 2, or we're getting 5 or 6. You want to get 5 or 6? I don't want to do that, man. That's my concern. I'm
okay.
concerned about dropping to 5 or 6. I think we got 27% of falling to 5 and 20% falling to 6. That's ridiculous. And that's my biggest fear in this lottery, because I know NBA is messed up. They don't really treat teams like that. So I just want a top 2 pick. That's all I want. If you give me the second pick, I'll be happy. If you give me the first pick, I'd be super happy, because we can do things with that first pick either. 2. That's all I want. I think the pick itself is more important than the player, because you're getting a chance at getting a top 2 player in the NBA. And the pick value is more important than the player's value sometimes. Look at it. Last year we have the top 2 pick, the Golden State Warriors. They got the chance to draft Melo. They drafted not a good pick. They didn't really do well in the draft. They drafted James Wiseman. And the thing is, the pick value.
Wiseman is still going to be a good player. You just should have took LaMelo.
Again, I'm not talking about the player, J-Mo. I'm talking about the pick value. The pick value is more important sometimes than the player's value. So that's what the point is. I'm trying to say we need to get a value pick in here. We always get a low pick, and the NBA screw us. So they need to help us in here. And I want really a top 2, in my opinion. If we remain at second, I'd be super happy, really, because I think we got a chance to draft one of the top 3. I think we got either Cade's or Green or Mobley. I don't think we're going to get Cade at second, but hey, I'll be happy with Green. That's all I think about.
I said it before. Green is the one you got the least amount of questions about, unless people have more questions than I think.
And I don't want to mention. I hate to say this. Don't really put Jalen Suggs in the conversation of top 3, in my opinion. I don't think he's that good. He's just good because he's on a Zaga team. That's why. I think he's really good player. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's in the conversation of a top 3 pick. He should not be in the top 3, in my opinion. He's just like a James Wiseman sitting there in the top 3. I mean, you could have really drafted a guy like, I don't know. I mean, who's the good draft last year? Tyrese Halliburton. You could have put him top 3 over guys like James Wiseman. I don't know. Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey, you can put him over James Wiseman. I think so.
Not Halliburton. No. Well, look, let me tell you something about James Wiseman. Look, James Wiseman is DeAndre Ayton, which means he's not Luka, he ain't Trey, but he's still a problem. Simple as that.
Hey, I heard the. Sorry, I interrupted. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just feel like that's why he's not LaMelo, he ain't Anthony Edwards, but James Wiseman is gonna be very good. It's just you should have took the guard, huh?
And people sleep on James Wiseman's jump shot too. His jump shot is going.
No, he can shoot.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't think he's in the top second. He shouldn't be a top second. The pick itself was worth more than James Wiseman. They should have drafted Melo. I was very high on Melo that draft.
No, you should have took Melo, but if I wasn't taking because I wouldn't have mind taking Wiseman. So if I wasn't taking LaMelo or Anthony Edwards, at 3, I'm not taking nobody over Wiseman really. Yeah. Even with all, I know Sadiq Bey, even with all of the rookies, with everything they've done this year, I'm still not really taking nobody over Wiseman. And I know Wiseman got hurt or whatever, but I'll put it like this: he had an up and down season, but what I thought he could do in the NBA, he actually showed me he can do. Yeah. So that lets me know he's gonna be a freaking problem. He came in here, I'm like, he's supposed to be able to shoot, he's supposed to be athletic, he's supposed to be able to get blocks and score the ball. Oh, you did all of that? Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? When he was shooting that boy, I'm like, oh. It's just Golden State is stupid. You should have took LaMelo. That's the person you should have took. But it is what it is.
So that's not about the player. It's about a pick value again. Pick value is very important.
Yeah, I just feel man, Jalen Green, dog. Jalen Green, dog.
Yeah, Jalen Green is a really good player. I think he's just really a top 2, in my opinion. I think he's a lot better than Jalen Suggs. I have no idea why the NBA Tankathon put Jalen Suggs over Green. He is not that good. He's good. I mean, he's a 3rd tier, 4th tier. Maybe he would be really good in the NBA, but I don't think even he's good as Mobley. You're not gonna see guys like Mobley in a while. Trust me.
Nah.
So he's
Yeah, I told you Mobley is my favorite center prospect in the last few years since like before Ayton. So I think he can be special. Like if he come in shooting like Wiseman, oh my God, because defensively he's a nightmare. You know, like especially when he get 20, 30 pounds. Oh my, he probably win Defensive Player of the Year. I'm saying it right now, like bro, that's how good he is defensively. He come in shooting like it's done, bro. It's over. Like he gonna be a pro. Like you looking at a cat, AD type player. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna be able to hit the midi right away.
No, that's gonna be easy. It's that 3-ball.
Yeah, it's gonna take him a while to get outside that 3-ball, but he gonna be able to hit that midi like McDice. He's knocking that bad boy down. So he gonna be able to stretch it a little bit. I'll be happy, man. But you gotta be at 3 though. You know what I'm saying? Like at 2, it's gotta be.
You gotta be lucky in the draft. You gotta be lucky in the draft to get top 2 pick. It's hard. That's my concern.
Yeah, I'm concerned that they're gonna give Minnesota a number 1 pick again because A-Rod bought the team.
No, I don't think they're gonna give it to Minnesota. They're gonna give it to Orlando, Rockets, maybe OKC. I think these are the top 3.
Man, every time
that Orlando pick kind of scared me because I feel like the NBA give it to them. Just because, like, let's be honest, man, they ain't been shit. They almost need it as bad as we do. I feel like they'll give it to them before Houston or somebody else, or like they'll probably try to give it to us. Or like I could see Orlando getting the first pick, low key.
And I don't want the NBA to give it to OKC either. They got Durant.
OKC got Eric, man. They got
everybody, man.
Picks, and they got a whole lot of talent, bro.
Yeah, they can't just give it to OKC. I could see them rationaling giving it to.
I don't want them giving it to Houston because they got KPJ, and I'm bitter. So no, you don't get Cade too. You got KPJ dropping 50. Have fun with that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Houston. But it's supposed to be a lottery. They ain't supposed to give it to nobody.
But bro, come on, man. Bread, man, look. We had to go listen to, hey, man, like, you got to go listen to some Kwame Brown real quick. We know what's going on, bro. We know what's going on, Bread, bro. Come on, man. You already know how to, that young Greg, let him up. There's no way the New Orleans Pelicans lose Anthony Davis and end up with damn Zion Williamson, and they didn't even have the 5th best odds to get the first pick.
Cleveland.
Come on, man. Right, Cleveland. Like, come on, man.
Eric Rose.
Yeah,
Nation Patrick Ewing was actually rigged. So
Dwight Howard to Orlando.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm like, of course it's supposed to be a lottery, but I could see them really giving it to Orlando.
Yeah.
If you just start thinking about all of them, you're just like, man, yeah, they do it every year. It's like there's always a reason behind it. Like I feel like last year was like one of the few years where they're just like, let's just see what happens, because like there was no superstar in the draft that they're like, this player needs to go somewhere. So it's like whatever. If Anthony Edwards ends up on like Detroit or Minnesota or Charlotte, we don't really care. It's Anthony Edwards. So they didn't really care. It wasn't a Blake Griffin or an Anthony Davis or anything. So they didn't direct it. This year, if there's any conspiracies alive, they're directing the pick somewhere. I don't know where it's going. Orlando's probably my guess, but going somewhere for sure. They're not going to let Cade go to.
I don't know where it's going. I just won't be surprised if they get the first pick. That's all.
Oh,
specifically that team. Yeah. I would be like, I'm not surprised. But we'll see where the Pistons end up, man.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if we get the first pick either, but I'd be like crazy too if it happens.
But Drew, are you drafting Jalen Green or Cade Cunningham first overall?
If I'm the Pistons or just any GM?
I said it's Drew. Who you drafting, bro?
Right now, probably Cade still. I think if you're starting a franchise, that's the way you go. He can do a little bit of everything. But if you're like a team like Detroit where you got Killian already and you need a scoring wing player, that's the pick. So it's really going to depend on needs. But if I'm just an NBA GM, I'd probably pick Cade to start a franchise with.
Okay. All right. Matt McLeod, who would you pick? I know you said you ain't care, but this is about you now. Who do you want?
Oh, man, I'm picking Cade. Number one, I'm picking Cade. I like Green. He's got great potential to be an amazing scorer, but I feel like the Pistons fans general managers and everybody in between every year is like, we need this type of player. We need this. That's how we ended up with Luke Kennard over Donovan Mitchell, because we needed shooting defense.
I don't even know. I just
Oh,
think
man.
SBG was
Now
a
you got JMO going.
Every
I just think
year,
SBG was an idiot.
it's need over best player for everybody, and I think we just need to reverse the course 1 year. Just pick the damn best player available. Like
Yeah, but I don't think he's
guy and
like
figure
that's
it all
not
out.
that's not a consensus. And I would also say that we needed a point guard last year, and we needed a shooter, and we needed a center. Look what we got. So, you know.
Yeah, but we also picked what
And
we.
I
what
think
we
that
thought
I'll be
the
honest,
best
man.
player as well.
Nobody thought we was picking Luke Kennard but SBG. Let's be honest, dog. Like,
Yeah, no,
I didn't think that was gonna happen. I was like, oh,
but that's
okay.
because of them choosing need over choosing the best player available. Like you, at some point in time, we got to start taking the consensus best player, even if it's not.
But it's not a consensus, man.
What?
It's really
I
not.
mean,
Johnson over Devin Booker because we
Oh
already
my
had
God.
KCP and we needed a small forward.
Thank you.
Man.
Yeah, it
Ugh.
happens all the time. That's my biggest thing. Like Jalen Green, he's a phenomenal scorer. I watched all of his games. They were middle afternoon. Wasn't doing anything in the middle afternoon, so I watched all of them. And he can get a bucket. His defense is there when he wants to play defense, and he's a decent passer. But it's like, if only one of those skills translate into his scoring, it's like he's J.R. Smith type player. He's a great player, but it's like, do you want him being the leader of your team? Like, that's a problem. Like, having a 24-point per game score is a great thing to have, but if he's not going to do the ancillary things, it just doesn't help your team. Like, we know from what we've seen of Cade, he's going to be an all-around player. I think we need all-around talent on this team. Yeah, I mean, Jalen Green's a perfect fit. Don't get me wrong. If we're number 2, I'm running to the podium. We got defense and stuff, but yeah, I'm just taking the guy who can do the most for your team and impact it in the most ways, and figuring out the rest later. I think Cade can score 20. I think Jalen Green can score 20. I don't think Jalen Green can ever average 10 assists a game. I could see a world where Cade does, and I think that's a big difference for me, is he does more on the court.
How do you see that world, bro? Like, nah, man. Cade don't average a lot of assists.
He didn't average a lot of assists in college.
And like Jalen Green averaged 4 assists in the G League, and I just don't think that Jalen Green is like, oh, if he. I know we talk about how good he is at scoring so much that people must think he's Anthony Edwards, meaning he can't do nothing else. No, Jalen Green can play make. Jalen Green can play defense. So yeah, it's not like he can just do one thing.
Defend a bit, but
that's what I'm saying. Like if I want to be an asshole about it, I say Jalen Green show more as a passer just because of what he's doing in the G League. Like Cade Cunningham, like I've already said, Cade Cunningham is on watch about his playmaking ability because I have to see it in the league. I don't understand how he didn't make more plays in college. I don't care. What school did Trae Young play for?
Man,
what school did John Morant play for, bro?
It's conversion rate.
They play for no-name schools, bro. Like that doesn't have nothing to do with your passing ability, man.
They double teaming him, getting double teaming him, picking rolls. Cade Cunningham, they was taking the ball out of his hand a lot. That's why his numbers suffered.
But see, when you're a true playmaker, you always make plays. Even if you don't have a good game, you always find a way. And like we're heralding him as this next level. We heralding him as this next level playmaker, man. Like I'm just saying, like Jalen Green has shown the ability to pass and play make. You've seen all the games, so you know it.
Yeah, no, he does.
He's averaging a better assist to turnover ratio, like 3-4 assists for a guy that's supposed to be like. Just name me the one guy who was supposed to be a passing guy that didn't average high assist numbers in college in recent memory.
It's a different type of game that they're playing. Jalen Green is going balls to the wall to the hole. When the defense collapses on him, yeah, he can kick it to his man. Cade Cunningham out there trying to run the offense. That's different. It's not the same type of game. When Jalen Green gets the ball, it's go time. When Cade gets it, he got to set up, get people in position, run the offense, do whatever he's going to do. But it's not the same thing. That's why the numbers.
I'm not saying it's the same way, but when we're talking about like, I don't know, Jalen Green is going to be this or that. At the end of the day, he can play make. Even if you are not, a top playmaker in the league. A lot of these players make for others in the NBA that we're in now. Like Julius Randle, you're not calling him a passer, but he can make for others just because of the NBA. And that's what I'm just looking at Jalen Green. Like, I did not think he would average high assist numbers at all, to be honest with you, because he was never like that in high school. But when he's playing with better players, he can be giving you 4 or 5 assists a game his rookie season. So, and like I've already told y'all, I have to see Cade play making the NBA. I really have to, because like other players are playing with trash college guys and they've averaged assists.
Yeah,
and I just don't know of any point guard that was supposed to be a pass-making genius that didn't have high assist numbers in college.
Yeah, but Jamo, I see Cade Cunningham as a good passer. If you don't see it, that's a problem, man.
No,
he's
we
a
talking
great
about
passer. He's a good playmaker.
We talking about next level passing.
Maybe he's not. He might not be.
That's not. You know what I'm saying? We compare him to Jalen Green. Like,
no,
taking him over Jalen Green because he's a better all-around player. Apparently, I'm not convinced. He a better all-around player because I didn't see Jalen Green play on both ends.
What makes him special is his height, 6'7". He can dribble, he can pass, and he can score. And the biggest thing about him is I heard that his leadership. His leadership is really interesting, and he's able to bring that Oklahoma team to the tournament. That's what I like about him. I mean, Jalen Green doesn't have that. Like, I mean, he's not like the charisma of like. Of Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham has the charisma of like a great player. That's what it sounds like. That's why I think
he does too. Listen to him talk, and he'll tell you he's a dog. Like he has that too. Like he's that dude for sure.
Jalen Green has like a charisma of a bad boy though. I watched him in the interview. He looks like a bad boy. That's good. I like that too. Yeah. So they both are different. They're not the same player. But I think if you got a chance at either one of them, you'll be really happy again. I mean,
if I'm running to the podium. Like I'm running to the podium for Jalen Green if Cade's gone, and I'm vice versa. Like if somebody picks Jalen Green first, I'm still sprinting for Cade. Like it's whatever.
Yeah, I probably take Cade because he will be a leader. Yeah, because he'll be a leader here in Detroit. He'd take this team. He'd be like the Giannis of the Pistons. I don't think he's gonna be Giannis, no way. But he's gonna be like the leader of this team immediately. The same thing with Green, but Green is going to be like a scorer. Might not be the leader. The leader might still be Jeremy Grant, but if Cade Cunningham might come in, he might be instantly the leader, scoring number one option. So that's why I think is Jalen Green is better as a scorer, but it all depends, man. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no, I like Cade. Y'all sleeping on Jalen Green ability to be an all around player because he's already shown it. Played on both ends. Like he played on both ends, showed he was a scorer, and showed he can play defense, and showed he can still give you 4 assists. That's the definition of an all-around player. That's all I was saying, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think. I think everybody see what you see. I just think,
for sure,
people value playmaking. Some people value playmaking more than scoring. You know what I'm saying? And some people feel like Cade is the better playmaker, while Green is the better scorer. You know what I'm saying? So. Which one do you value?
Well, but we're not questioning who the better playmaker is. I just have to see Cade do it on the next level because
your question.
People are acting like he's in a phenomenal next level playmaker. We comparing him to Jalen Green is a different situation because he's better at playmaking than Jalen Green, just like Jalen Green is naturally better at scoring.
Right.
But like the height, like he's supposed to be looking like LaMelo, Ja, Zoe, Trey rookie year, Luka rookie year passing the ball. And I didn't say he couldn't do it. I just said I have to see it, man.
I mean, he could have a beginning like Killian did, where it's just turnover city. That's very realistic, where he has to learn the game. That's just it's gonna be a possibility. It's because he tries those things. That's a big.
Hey, I like this comment from True Teller. We got a chat. We wouldn't be having this conversation if Green played in college. Green averaged 18 and 4 versus men. He would be averaging 26, 7, and 6 in college easy.
Yeah. It depends
He'll
on where
be averaging over 20.
If he went to Michigan State, he would have been averaging 15 playing for Izzo. You know, it depends on where he would have went. Man.
I don't know, man. Great player, Sean.
Calipari would have scored 8.
Izzo be holding players back, man.
Cade averages 5.5 to 6.5 assists a game next season. Book it. Okay, 5.5 assists. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if you're sharing point guard
He's a
duties,
rookie,
I mean,
though.
come on. If
Yeah,
he's sharing
I mean,
Detroit averaging 5.5 and Killian averaging 5.5, what are we talking
Okay, I'll tell you what we're talking about. Lonzo and Drew played together. They both averaged 7 assists. When you a passer, you a passer, bro. Even when you play with another one. That's all I'm saying.
Lonzo couldn't score. He had to average 7 assists.
Nah, he was scoring that year, shooting 38% from 3, bro. What are you talking about?
So what year are you talking about? That
I'm
wasn't
talking about his third year with Drew
Okay,
Holiday.
that's in his third year. Okay, we talking about Cade Cunningham rookie year. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, but Zoe's always had high assist numbers, though.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I just don't know if he should be put in this elite playmaking class. He is an all around player. He can score the ball. He can do everything. But we gonna have to see him do this stuff, man. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with what Truth saying. He's perceived to be the better playmaker. He's only shown flashes. That's exactly what I'm saying. Not saying he's not. I just said I have to see it. I said this the other week. I gotta see him do this because it's just weird to me how he has all them turnovers. And I've watched him play a lot of games. I watched him hit the big shot against Baylor. I've seen it. It's just like
turnovers, man, getting double teamed, man. He's shaky with the ball in his hand too, man. His ball handling, although it's good, he gets double teamed. He is loose with that ball. He's got to get better with his ball handling.
Let me ask you this: like, let me ask you this: who has better handles, Cade in college or Lonzo in college?
Why is this a Cade Lonzo argument?
No, because Lonzo didn't have handles and he didn't turn the ball over. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't get these excuses.
Lonzo didn't have handles.
Not better than Cade. They had like we were saying. So like you saying he didn't he turned the ball over because he couldn't get past people and he was fumbling the ball. That's on him, man.
That's not what I said. I said he was getting double teamed a lot and the ball was trickling off of knees and foots and all kind of stuff, man.
And that's on him. And that's on him.
Some errant passes out the double team.
I'm not gonna like everybody getting double teamed, man.
Everybody not getting double teamed.
All of the stars are getting double teamed.
Lonzo wasn't getting double teamed.
Yes, he was.
Not at UCLA, not like that.
Yes, he was.
Double team to have
for double team. They get double team, and then they could. But see, that's the thing. They couldn't double team Lonzo. Every time they double team him, boom, TJ Leaf. Every time, boom, boom, boom. Like they couldn't double team him because he gonna pass the ball every single time and cook you. That's why they couldn't do it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I've seen it enough to know that it's going to translate into the NBA. That's all I'm saying.
Well, what level will it translate to?
The level it needs to. He's going to be asked to score a lot. So I don't think he's going to really be a guy that's going to be looking to get 8 to 10 assists.
But ain't that what he's supposed to be? That's my point.
No, I mean, it
Cade Cunningham basically supposed to be Ben Simmons with a jumper, dog.
If he comes to the Pistons, we're not going to just put the ball in his hands and just let him go. That's not how we're going to do it.
But see, that's why I don't want him in the first place. If you're not going to let him free, then let him go to another team that's going to let him do that. You know what I'm saying? And go get a guy that we need that we know we're going to use. Like, I don't think, Anthony Edwards will be able to run us free on the Hornets because the Hornets had this whole rookies got to earn they keep BS. You know what I'm saying? And maybe LaMelo, D'Lo was out, so he probably would have been able to shine, until D'Lo came back. So, I just feel like the situation definitely does matter. Because I've already said it for Killian, but you're going to have Cade coming here sharing the ball and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You saw that super chat?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it.
I don't know if you see it. Okay, all right.
No, I saw it. And so that's something that I'm just going to have to see, man. It's just like I think people sleeping on Green because the hype on Cade has been so high, but his potential is limitless damn near. Green didn't have to be a leader. He had Kuminga and guys and NBA experience on that team like Jared Jack and Amir Johnson. Cade did have a choice. Well, Cade did have a choice. What you mean, going to a better school or something? Or maybe you mean Cade didn't have a choice or something?
And Cade went. He chose family. It's not like he knew.
I mean, look, a lot of players choose family, but at the end of the day, not every player do that, man.
I know, but
and they go to bigger schools, but a lot of players choose family and stuff. A lot of players do. I can't blame no player for staying home.
Right.
But to me, you gonna be away from your family anyway, brother. You about to be an NBA player. You know what I'm saying? Like that shouldn't be a thing. And you can fly your family out and all that other stuff, but I can't tell another man what to do. You want to stay home, bro.
No, he went.
But I'm just saying,
for his dad though.
not stay home, but staying close. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Say Matt about his dad.
His brother, his dad, something like that. His family, uncle, something. He went to play to that school specifically for a family member.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he had a bigger meaning to it. But
that's all it was.
Hey,
it wasn't anything else. He knew he was the number one pick. I would too. He got triple teamed like he was Larry Bird or something because there was no other talent on the team.
Exactly. Talk about you turning the ball though.
Imani Bates might not be allowed to come out for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Ain't he still like 15 though?
Yeah.
17, I think. 17.
I thought he was still 16.
This year he'll be 17.
Okay, so he'll be 17.
Basketball year, yeah. He might be.
So they saying he's not gonna come. What do you mean?
They might
Jalen Green,
let
18. Jalen Green's 18. He in the G League.
He would have to reclassify.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to have him do. Have him reclassify, and then he actually wasn't going to go to Michigan State. I think he was just going to go straight into the draft after that. Matt.
Yeah, he like, well, I don't want to play for no Sparty, bro. He like, I don't want to play for no Sparty. So he played for his brother. Okay,
that's who it was. Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. Oh, Mighty turned 16 in January, so yeah, he's gonna be 17 till next year.
Yeah, during this basketball season, he'll be 17. Pretty cool. So I think
he said, "I'll take either one. Beggars can't be choosers." Hey, all I'm saying is when you got a top pick, I'm pretty sure these other teams last season were having these same debates. Oh, I want Anthony Edwards. Oh, I want Whiteman. Oh, I want LaMelo. That's just what we gonna do until the draft gets here and our hearts gets broken. If the lottery doesn't pan out how it should, but at the end of the day, I do think Jalen. I just think he's everything what we need right now. You can just put him on the team right now, and he just gonna get buckets, man. And I maybe businessmen ain't used to seeing guys do that a lot because I think we underrating that. We've had we ain't really had many playmakers. So, but like I'm saying, like, is he even a better passer than Killian? Like,
so what I would do, J-Mo, I think you're right about that. What I would argue actually right now, Jalen Green is a way better fit for us than Cade Cunningham.
For sure.
Now, I'm not really trying to say Cade is a better player or Jalen is a better player. But Jalen Green fits us, the Detroit Pistons, better than Cade Cunningham because he's not a ball dominant. He's just scorer. He's not like gonna be like Cunningham. He always requests the ball, distribute the ball. He's just gonna take it to the basket and dunk on someone or score it. That's what he's gonna do. So, in that perspective, he fits us better. And I think, Mobley still fit us a good fit, but I think I take him third. I don't know about the rest of the players. I think we need to have some point of the season. We need some point on those shows. We got to talk about the top 5, top 6 picks because we will talk about them later. I think I think those players are really slept on, and I think they're really good. But I don't know. We shouldn't really talk about them right now with the conversation about.
And I know we bring up, he's the right fit thing. Look, it's not like he the right fit, bro. Have you seen him play ball? And he's the right fit. Like, it's a difference. Like, he's a monster, and he's the right fit. What you say?
What makes him even a better fit though is the way he scores. Like, he don't take all day to make up his mind. Like Jeremy Grant, if he gets the ball, he ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need. We need more of that. I'm all for that. Like I say.
Yep.
And he's ready to go, and he's going downhill. And I don't know, I can't quantify this at all, but I feel like scorers like Jalen Green, they're the type of guys that whenever they reach that point to where they was better than everybody, from that point on, they just kept doing the same thing. And what I mean is, look, I'm going to the hole, I'm gonna score on these dudes. And Jalen Green was doing that all in high school, went to the G League. No, they can't stop me either. I'm gonna just keep doing what I've been doing since I was 7. Like, he gonna come into the NBA. Of course, some dudes are gonna stop him, but he gonna go straight to the rack. It's like the type of confidence and killer instinct in him was instilled in him so young, so like at a young age that like when he got older and all, and he still had all that talent, it's not something that he has to think about. Jeremy Grant, on the other hand, is a guy that had to become great. You know what I'm saying? He had to develop, and he's still developing. You know, I still think he could get a little bit better, and it's just a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Green, man, like, what you got to be indecipherable about? I can go dunk on you. Like, I can shoot, I can pull up here. I can pass to my teammate. I can get to the rack. You can't stop me. Of course, people can stop him, but it's almost like he got so much talent, he don't have to second guess himself.
Right. And most guys that can go to the hole like he can, when they that young, they don't shoot 38% from NBA 3 when they first coming in. That don't happen. That doesn't happen.
That's when I knew. I was like, oh, because, you know, he could be still a phenomenal scorer early in his career without shooting 33%. Like, just because he could, you know, play it. When he was shooting like that, and it was like 4 or 5 attempts, I was like, oh, this man can shoot.
Yes.
I was like, oh man. He said, no, this is the Jalen Green podcast. I mean, Jalen Green name is in the title, my G. We just had the Cade Cunningham Fest, but I do want people to know, I've never said that Jalen Green was going to be better than Cade or nothing like that. I just want Jalen Green. That's all. I just think he's a perfect guy. You know what I'm saying? Cade going to be a problem, though. I see True Sailor says, I do see Tatum scoring ability in Cade game, dropping 50.
Yeah,
I'll say, I don't know if he can get as hot, but that, like, step back in your mouth, come back for a midi, come back, hit you with a nice Euro score, step back in your mouth. I can see Cade doing that like 4 or 5 sequences in a row. Yeah, I can see him doing that because he's a rhythm to, like, you know, I could definitely, but I don't know if Tatum is a guy that, like, I say certain scorers have, like, ways that they score. And, like, for me, like, Tatum, he don't have the best, like, the handles in the world. You know, he don't got the best bag, but he just got this ability to just get hot, bro. And he just don't miss, and he can hit any shot. Like kind of like Klay Thompson when it comes to shooting. That's why he's, like, the second greatest shooter ever to me, because he can get hotter than anybody. Yeah, Tatum can just get hot, and not take nothing away from his scoring ability at all. I'm just saying that's just the type of player he is, because I've seen him have terrible games. Man, drop 9 points against the same team. Like, come on. And I was like, oh, you a bum, you scrub. But he get hot, 50. 50 in your mug. KD, come here, bro. Pop! In your mug. So, you know, I just don't know if Cade can get that hot, because that being that hot is just special, bro.
We'll see. We didn't know Tatum can get that hot when he was in college. So, we'll see.
Hey, no, shoot. I mean, Cade's is number 1 overall pick, so he's supposed to be able to do that. He's supposed to be able to do everything we think he can do.
Tatum was the number 1 pick. They just shammed Philly out of a couple draft picks for it as well, because they knew they weren't going to pick him.
Man.
They were going to pick Tatum 1.
Right.
Philly kept calling them, saying they wanted to give him whatever they could to get Markelle Fultz. They're like, y'all are fools. We were going to take Jason Tatum. Give us whatever you want for Markelle Fultz.
Right.
Yeah, that was.
You know, I think the Boston Celtics at some point are going to trade Jason Tatum.
Yeah, okay, Bravo. Don't get kicked out the chat.
No,
Bravo, I will remove you if you keep talking that nonsense, bro.
I'm not talking nonsense.
Let's say beefing or something like that.
So what I'm saying is that the Boston Celtics, their time is ticking. They're not doing anything. Their GM is not doing good, and they need to make a move. And they might just blow it up. You never know. You never know what happens.
If they blow it up, man. Unless Tatum wants to leave, he gonna retire a Celtic, bro. Unless he say, I'm out. Like, they're never trading Jason Tatum ever. That's done.
I can see him.
That man dropping 50 points in playoff games, even if they ain't that good. They ain't getting, man.
I mean, I can see him being traded to the Knicks. You never know.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, you'll see that.
If anybody get it's Jalen Brown not gonna get traded, and when Jalen Brown get traded, people gonna be surprised how good that man is, because I don't think people really understand, because he playing with Tatum. So,
hey, they got a nice little duo going on, man. That's
Mr. Ray, you need to shut the fuck up, man. Mr. Ray 93, you need to shut the fuck up, okay? I can say whatever I want on the show. It's up to you. You can come in and say whatever shit you want to say, okay? It doesn't mean you need to mention something disrespectful, okay? Stop it.
It's Free Smoke Saturday over here, bro. Y'all already know what it is, man. Bang, bang, girl. You better stop playing. What was you saying, the breath 313, bro? What was you saying, bro?
No, I was just saying that Tatum and Brown, they got that duo going, man. That's what these NBA teams looking for. Why would you break that up?
Because
they 24 years old.
Whenever a team don't win, somebody got to get the blame. Even if you don't blame Jalen, you know what I'm saying? Changes have to be made. And if you can move Jalen and get a better team around Tatum, it's kind of like, well, let's choose this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could keep both of them easily. I think Jalen Brown just got paid. But I don't see them staying together because they need a point guard to fill everything out. Kemba's been too inconsistent. Marcus Smart is great, but he's inconsistent scoring-wise. You know, I heard, what was it, like Schroeder, Kyle Lowry, and like Zoe was supposed to be like the best point guards on the market. And then DeRozan, who knows? Maybe DeRozan pseudo point guard self will help him. He's not a PG, but he plays it sometimes with Greg Pop. But they just need a little bit more because Kemba is not he's not giving what they need. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is the Boston Celtics on a time ticking. They're not doing good. If they keep messing up in the playoffs, they're going to be trading. They're going to blow it up. You'll see that. And I wouldn't know if Jalen Brown or Jason Tatum would be traded first. But I could see their team, the whole team, blown up. You'll see that.
No, it's highly possible they blow that team up. But Jason Tatum would be standing there.
He's still young. His only advantage is still young.
Jason Tatum would be standing there like he'd be standing there like.
But at some point,
the little meme when you standing alone and all your friends gone, but he'll still be there. They not
mark
getting rid of Jason Tatum.
Mark my word. Remember when I said Blake Griffin is going to be trash on the Pistons last year?
Oh, my God.
Everybody cussed me like Bravo's drunk. Bravo's full of shit. He doesn't know shit. Watch the Boston Celtics trade Jason Tatum just because of the fact he's sick of the city. The team want to blow it up. And Danny Ainge doesn't know how to treat his team right.
So you talking about in the next few years or in general?
I don't know. I feel like he's going to leave the Celtics at some point. He's going to go to Lakers. He's going to go somewhere in the West.
But I don't see him leaving if it's his choice.
But
if it's his choice, like exactly.
KD left. How KD left OKC, I can see him doing that. But you talking about them trading him? That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, what I'm saying is, by his choice, why not? The Celtics would trade him because he doesn't like the city anymore.
Man, that's by his choice, the Celtics gonna tell him to F himself if he asks for a trade. They're gonna be like, hey. You gonna have they're gonna be like, look, you're gonna have to do that little you're gonna have to like not play in order for us to trade you type stuff. It'll have to be a really toxic situation. You know how the NBA is, man. I'm telling you, they gonna blame everybody and get rid of everybody before they get rid of Tatum.
Yeah. I see what Bravo's saying though. I mean, anything can happen. Once a dude fall out of love with the city and start
Nostradamus Bravo,
Instagram and stuff, no telling. Look how quick the Harden thing took off. That took off so quick. Like that came out of nowhere real quick. He didn't want to be a Rocket no more. And then he got traded. Like nobody saw that coming. But hey,
let me ask you, what is down there in Boston? Nothing but bunch of ice cold area. Nobody wants to live down there. Why would you think the Tatum of the world, when he becomes 25, 26, is going to remain there? I don't think so. Let's face it, dude. Be realistic. He's going to go to Miami.
Well, we all know.
History, though.
I'm about to say, we all know I hate the Celtics more than any other team. But there's nothing like playing for the Celtics, playing for the Knicks, playing for the Lakers, or the Pistons. Yes, I said it. Put some respect on our name. It's nothing like playing for those story franchises, man. And if you the man in Boston, that's hard. Like the man in Boston is like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to want to leave that. Even if the city isn't that good, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, even the Pistons, who could be trading those players we have right now, even those players would leave the Pistons at some point.
Like what was in San Antonio? Like nothing. But Duncan was there the whole time. So
I'm gonna say one important point. What keeps players in their team is their success and their happiness in that city. If they're not happy in the city, if they're not successful, there's no reason to remain on that team. I mean, all these team players can be traded for sometimes no reason. Don't understand it, you know? I mean, he's not being traded. Watch it, he's going to be traded. Watch it. If the Boston Celtics don't make the playoffs next season, which is possible, if their team is not good, if they not make a big-time trade like trade for Jeremy Grant or trade for someone good, they might be a bad team. And then Danny Ainge, we're going to blow it up. That's what he's going to do. And he's going to trade.
No, they're not going to be a bad team. They'll still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're supposed to have championships aspirations. Look, all I'm saying is, I know that a lot of people don't like Kyrie, but I'm laughing in the back of my head. Y'all wanted him gone so bad, and y'all been falling apart because y'all missing the person who plays his position. Isn't that interesting? Harden is 31. Tatum is 23-year-old superstar. Celtics ain't trading unless he demands a trade. There's no indication he wants out. Yeah, I believe that same thing. But you gonna have to replace Kyrie because they still haven't done it yet. That's really what the problem is. You know what I'm saying?
Is Kyrie really a point guard though?
No, Kyrie is a point guard. He's just playing with he's playing with a better one now. So it's a little different.
Was he really a point? He wasn't a point guard.
No, he definitely played point. I mean, look,
he guards the position. Yes.
No, he definitely played point in Boston, bro.
On offense.
He definitely played point in Boston and in Cleveland.
Yeah, but did he play point? Is what I mean. I know he.
Yes.
He played the position.
No, I'm telling you, yes. I watched the game. He played point guard in Boston, dog. He definitely played point. Who was making the plays? Who was setting shit up? It was him setting shit up. He was setting shit. I mean, he was scoring the ball, but he did average his highest assist numbers in Boston.
Yeah, with Tatum and Brown.
I don't know if Kyrie will.
He played with LeBron James.
Championship team.
You say what, man?
So I don't know if Kyrie will ever be the number one playmaker on a championship team. Exactly. He's had a better playmaker beside him.
No, but he don't have to be the number
one.
He
doesn't.
Like, championship team. He just has to he got to be what Drew Holiday is right now for the Bucks. Drew Holiday isn't the best passer in the league, but he can do it and he can do other things. That's what they need. That's what Boston need. They need a playmaker to set everybody up that can still do something. But no, you can't have Lonzo, so don't want him.
But Kyrie,
and Kemba just gets too hurt, bro. Like when you have a guy like Kemba, he can score the ball, he can pass, he's great. When you're injured all the time and you don't play defense, it just come back to bite you, bro.
He's not who he was in Charlotte either.
Not at all. He's a shell of himself.
Not even close.
I don't know if it's the injuries or what, but yeah, he don't look nothing like right.
Okay, so regarding this
31 is he, right? How old is Kemba now? Like he's a 6-foot point guard, 31 years old. You just only have such a life size at that small He's a scoring first point guard as well. Takes a lot of bruises. Like, yeah, you only have a certain lifespan as a guard of that size doing all that stuff. Great player in his prime though. Just like Isaiah Thomas, for the Celtics.
Yeah. Right
I'm going to just reply to this comment, truth teller. So Tatum is 23-year-old. Okay, I understand the narratives. He's not going to be traded. I understand that. But when the Boston Celtics don't perform well, don't qualify the playoffs, they become all persistent team. Let's say next year they don't really do well. I mean, let's face it. Which one is the better team right now? Is it the Atlanta Hawks or the Boston Celtics? The Atlanta Hawks has a lot better promising future than the Boston Celtics right now. I can see them bypassing the Celtics a lot sooner than expected. Even like some teams, like you never know. Celtics, if they don't do well in a couple of seasons, the Tatum will be fed up from that team. They're no longer a winning culture, and they're gonna be really thinking about doing some moves like that. I'm not saying he's gonna be traded right now, but he can be traded anytime soon. You never know.
I agree with Bravo. Like if he gets fed up and he's in like I don't know how many years.
But they're gonna trade Jalen Brown.
But if he's in the like fourth of his fifth year and he said like, look, y'all got a year to trade me, I'm not re-signing. Like they're blowing it all up. They're not just getting rid of Jason Tatum and trying to patch that with Jalen Brown. They're gonna blow it all up. Like Bravo is saying, like everybody's gone at that point.
I don't think this Memphis Utah game heating up, but all right, man. People gotta go to sleep and go to work in the morning, man. So I'm gonna wrap up the show with any questions that you guys have. It could be about anything, man. Anything basketball, anything Pistons, man. And like I was saying the other show, shout out to my man Kwame Brown and Judge Joe Brown, man. They just put on the greatest thing I've watched in the last 2 years, man. Judge Joe probably gonna get deleted soon. He probably gonna get deleted. That jug ain't gonna last too long. But if you have not seen, if you look, man, for all my black brothers and sisters out there, if you have not seen Kwame Brown and Judge Joe Brown talk, this is a video that you need to watch. Trust me. Trust me. The bread 3-on-3 is rolling because of the funny parts, but I'm talking about the serious parts. This is some things you need to watch, and everybody else, you need to watch it too if you really want to know the real about the real. Don't get your feelings hurt because he's very disrespectful to a lot of communities. But that's just something fun, man, for the people, man. Do I believe Lonzo going to the Knicks? I'm terrified that he's going to end up on a team that's going to pay him a lot of money because they need a point guard. That's what I'm terrified about. But I feel like, Dallas, they've been talking greasy, and I'm scared because they got a lot of cap space. They tired of Luka doing everything, and I'm like, oh, my God, no. I would never want him in Luka's shadow. But it's some other teams out there. Toronto, they got cap space. They wanted him earlier. So it's just like, I hope not. But
pass-wise, I'd rather go to
he going to the Knicks, man. I think the Bulls is be the best for him, like career-wise, like numbers-wise. But the Knicks, he'll average 17. They'll be winning. It's not. They'll be a top 4 seed, maybe higher. And yeah, he'll bring the Garden back, man, for sure. Jalen Brown could be another Jeremy Grant. No, chill out.
What?
Nah, you have to read the rest of it.
All right, man. When it comes down to the coaching and GM duo, I still don't understand what he means. I see Brown and Jeremy Grant in the same sentence, bro. I just can't. I can't say anything else. Jalen Brown could be another Jeremy Grant case when it comes to the coaching and GM duo. I still don't know what he means by that. You're gonna have to elaborate.
Because Jeremy Grant came here because of the black coach and black GM. Jalen Brown's a big activist too, and we do a lot of work in Detroit for like the gay communities and different things like that. Like I think that's what he's getting at. He could come here because of the out of basketball thing.
I don't see Jalen Brown.
Boston doesn't offer that. That you can guarantee.
Boston's let's be honest, one of the most racist cities in the country. Right. Let's be real. Y'all saw what they were just recently doing.
I can see what he's saying.
Come on. Like we just saw them do this stuff. So it's not like they don't do it. But I understand that. Look, man, Jalen Brown, it's certain players that fit the Piston mold. Jalen Brown definitely does. I mean,
absolutely.
The way he plays, his fire, everything. But him coming to the Pistons.
No, he ain't coming.
That'll be something.
No, I don't think he'd come here either.
So is it funny that Miami got swept and they refused to add Hero in that potential harder trade? Oh, yes, it's funny. Oh, and I love it. Because to me, I remember Charles Barkley said this, and it always resonated with me. And he was just like, you just got to play better sometimes. You got to have more heart. And it just seemed like Miami I don't know, man. Something was wrong with them. They just didn't want it. And like Bam Adebayo, I don't know what he was doing. It's just like I don't know what happened, but it's like somebody took that Bugs Bunny juice from Space Jam that they was drinking, and now they just look normal. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Hero was out here taking the dumbest, stupidest shots and just bricking every single one of them. So it is what it is, but I talked to y'all about this before. Remember the bread we was talking about this? Mm-hmm. They didn't want to trade Hero for James Harden. Like I said earlier, I don't care what the package was. It was some crazy. They had to give up all of this. That's too much, bro. Do you want a chip or not, bro? Like if you don't build organically like Milwaukee is doing or Golden State did, you know what I'm saying? And like Denver is trying to do, you got to buy a chip. End of the day. And you should only buy a chip if you have like a 70% chance of winning the chip. And James Harden, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo definitely got a 70% chance of winning the damn chip if they were together. I don't care what you put around them. Because every team, the Brooklyns, then we talking about Bucks probably losing or going to a 7-game series with this team. So, whole different animal.
Rumor has Jimmy Butler trying to lure Kawhi over there.
Oh yeah, that's what they talking about. They're talking about their last game. If the Clippers lose, Kawhi gonna go to Miami, and good lord, like oh man, like because Kawhi ain't. Because Jimmy Butler is not Paul George.
Exactly.
He gonna show up. He gonna show up in big moments. He is not like come on. He's gonna be right there with you. But let's talk about this before we go and I'll answer some more questions, man. Are y'all okay with these super teams, bro? Because I'm getting sick of it. That's why I want a team like the Bucks. Even though I hate Denver as a team, or like Denver or something, to just win a chip the old-fashioned way, like the Spurs used to do it.
Tell you right now,
I'm getting sick of this. Oh, let's build a team here and build a team there. Like, you don't want to compete anymore.
Yeah, man. If Utah wins the championship, super teams are dead. Ain't no super
Oh no, I don't want Utah winning nothing. I'm sorry.
In Utah ever, so super teams are dead if they win.
I mean, I don't know. They not, because Utah is a super team, and without the name, bro. They got a defensive player of the year. You got a borderline superstar or superstar Donovan Mitchell. You got an all-star Mike Conley, who's a playoff veteran. You got Bogdanovich, who's dropping 20. You got the master Joe Ingles and a deep bench that can all shoot the lights out. You got a coach that's great. Like, they kind of look like an old Spurs team. Like, they got, like, I know you'll say, well, they don't have all the superstar, bro. You got Rudy Gobert and D. Mitch and another all-star. Like,
no, that's a legitimate
team. They stayed the number 1 seed without D. Mitch.
I just mean more of the year paying.
They're the number 1 seed. They're the best team in the league.
Yeah, but their best players they drafted is more what I mean.
Well, yeah, organically. Okay, if that's what you're talking about,
for any of their free agency, like.
I'll agree with you there. 100%. Because they are organic. They drafted those players.
Right. Yeah,
they got Boggy and Bogdanovich, but everything else they built.
Conley, and Conley
too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Utah, like, I mean, they got the best record in the NBA, so we know like the Lakers are the best team, but like they supposedly the best team in the league, and if they won the championship, nobody would be surprised just because they were the best team this year.
I mean, I would be surprised. I mean, people.
I won't say nobody would be surprised, but would you be that surprised though?
I'd be pretty shocked.
Yeah, I kind of would. If Utah, Denver, or Portland wins, I'm going to be surprised as hell. Like,
I'm not going to be surprised if Utah wins, bro. I am. Utah is just too good, bro. They got it all, really. They're built. They have shooters, they have defenders, they have stars.
They're just one of them teams that just never win it, man. They're just not supposed to win it.
I just think they never win it because, I mean, hey, look, it's some racist stuff going over there, too. But maybe they got a curse on them, but I feel like they didn't win it because they didn't have enough. I feel like Utah is Denver last year if they had Boggy. They don't lose to Denver. And I'm not gonna say they're gonna beat the Clippers, but they don't lose to Denver for sure. They were up 3-1 and they didn't have Boggy. I'm not saying Boggy is oh my god, but Boggy gets you one of them games. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like they never had all the pieces. But I'm looking at their team, like, I mean, name me a player on that team that's like not a big man that can't shoot the ball. I'm just looking at like they're a well-oiled machine. You got the superstar, you got the defensive anchor.
Thing's incredible.
They got a lot, man.
They do. They're
great. They're 2-1 now on Memphis. They just won by 10.
Yeah, I was watching that. Yep. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Like, I'll be a little more surprised if like Phoenix won or something. You know, I'm talking about before they played the Lakers or something. Like,
more games.
Yeah. All right, let me go back to the rest of these questions, and then I'm gonna get out of here, man. If y'all have any more. What happens if we get Green and we sign free agent Lonzo? What if it happens? I don't know. Be great. Am I the only one that feels we need another Malice at the Palace type incidents to get these fans to stop being so disrespectful? Yeah.
Yep.
But poor fan that's gonna get his face cracked. Because let me tell you something. Oh, if they didn't stop Westbrook, that dude probably was gonna die. Trust me. Trust me. Russell was gonna destroy that man. Yeah. So, but I don't understand. These fans be acting like these players won't hit them in their mouth, bro. You better stop. I guarantee you, Trae Young knew a person was spitting on him. He probably would have been suspended for the playoffs. Guarantee you.
So to go back to that question, Dom, he said the Malice at the Palace, we need another one. That's definitely no, because the reason why I'm hearing this NBA doesn't want to get the Detroit get the first pick is because of the Malice at the Palace in the past, and they don't like the city of Detroit for that reason, which is bad, unfortunately. And I feel like they need to give us a pick because look at like Philadelphia 76ers. They chanked multiple years. Look at their fans last game. They popped the popcorn on Russell Westbrook's face, which is bad. There's no way you can have fans all over these cities that are really 100%. There's always going to be the bad fans. So, but I'm hearing that the malice at the palace is the reason why the NBA doesn't like us. Is that true?
Oh, it's a lot of reasons.
Yeah,
We beat up on their baby boo Jordan.
Yeah.
It's a lot of reasons, but I'm
Yeah, 'cause
not
we
saying we
beat
need a
Lakers,
malice
but we
at
have
the
the
palace
best
per
team.
se. But look, man. Let's be honest. Somebody got to get popped in the mouth, bro. Like y'all gonna cut this out for real. Because if it doesn't happen, the fans will keep doing it, man.
The Malice at the Palace, I mean, I was just part of that reason why they didn't like us. But, they always hate our good teams. They say we play a boring brand of basketball. It's bad. It's a bad watch for everybody that's not a Detroit Pistons fan. You know what I'm saying? Because we holding teams to 70, 80 points, with the going to work Pistons. But even the bad boys, they was hating on them. That's why they was the bad boys. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like we were the bad boys, but you could argue the Knicks were dirtier than us. With Charles Oakley and them boys.
The Celtics. The 76ers.
Hey, man, Kevin McHale and Larry Bird used to throw elbows, man. They used to Kevin McHale.
I agree.
Man, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
like,
I agree with
30
Dom,
teams out there.
I agree on Dom's comment. It's a bullshit. I don't know why the NBA hate us, man. I just don't understand it, to be honest. I feel like I'm trying to rationale, but looking at the malice at the palace, that could be a reason, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was already haters, man. It was already haters.
They like I said, they always they never like the Pistons to be successful, man. The Knicks were, hey man, the Knicks. Yeah, when I did some research and found out the Knicks literally was like, yo, you ain't going to the paint. If you do, we all punch you in your grill. Right?
Yeah,
you're not scoring in the paint at all. And when you do score in the paint, you're gonna get hit 50 times on your way there. Like they literally would not let you score in the paint and let you get socked in the face, bro.
Think about the fact that Scottie Pippen missed a playoff game because of migraine headaches from getting hit. You ain't when you gonna play ball, and the next day I don't feel like playing because I got a headache because it was just so bad that game. Like they made a grown man miss a playoff game over migraine headaches because they was just punishing him every time he came to the rim. You can't do that no more, man. It's just
yeah, and like I'm not the oldest in the world, but I know the NBA is soft, and I see people talking about it in the chat. Is because when I was growing up watching like young Kobe, even when LeBron came in the league, people were still playing defense and that pace was still slow. Like so I remember Kobe and LeBron and AI growing up. So I remember, I'll say 97 to like, that 2007, those little 10 years where the league was like, and back in the day, I mean, dog, it's soft. You can't do nothing. Like, the one thing I liked about the league is about, like, I'll say back in 2013, in 2012, 2011, 2010, those years, they still let you play playoff defense. You know what I mean? They'll let you rough some people up really, really hard in the playoff. But now they even taking the play, like, I'm talking about like in 2013, 2012, like, they will let you play 20. You were playing real deep, even though the league was sorry. You were playing real deep. Now they don't even let you do that in the playoffs no more, bro. Like they like, oh no, you fouled him a little bit too hard, or you bumped him a little bit, bro. This the playoffs, bro.
Right, but I remember watching games where you knew when it was the playoffs because when the season was going, shots were going up, guys wide open, nobody's closing out. Playoffs come, everybody's closing out. You're gonna have to hit that jumper over somebody's hand. But I'm watching games now, man. Guys just are wide open. It's like the regular season. And I just don't understand it.
It's the spacing, man. They one thing they just can we get a few adjustments, man? First off, this clear path foul crap. Oh my God, just stop it, bro. Second off, this this shooting swift foul move. Cut out that terrible garbage.
Terrible.
Like it's just a few moves. Like that's what I'm saying, but it's just a few moves that's just the stupidest thing in the world that they just shouldn't have, bro. Like all of them, all that jump into you foul crap. Like, what is that?
All the stars do that.
But they do it because you allow them to do it. Was LeBron and Carmelo and D-Wade doing that back then? All right, because they didn't allow you to do it. But now, Carmelo or Prime D-Wade will be doing that junk all day. Like, they allow you to do it.
That's a hard watch, man.
I just feel like, I'm not saying, bring back everything, but can you just take the stupid stuff that I named out? Like, just Like, bro, I jump into you and I jump into you and it's a foul. What?
Prime
It's
Kobe,
a foul on me.
23 throws a game.
Like, come on, man.
I think they also
This
need to take this
ridiculous, man.
intentional foul. Oh, he's on a counter attack. They intentionally foul him. That has to go like as soon as possible. That's the
Oh
other
yeah,
thing.
Dominique Davis just said I didn't even see your comment, Dominique. He said I hate stop the flopping and I hate offensive players jumping into the defense and getting foul goal. Yeah, bro, that's like the ugly. Like whenever I see that, I want to throw up in a basketball game. I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's terrible. But all right, y'all, we had a good show, man. Anybody got some final thoughts before I wrap it up, man? All right, I guess we all good, man. Shout out to my man Matt McLeod and the Bread 313 for joining us. Shout out to my boy Detroit Drew for joining us and Bravo Mo. All the people in the chat. It's Free Smoke Saturday as usual. My man's Jalen Green. I think he can be the perfect fit for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham is gonna be a stud, so it's not like we wouldn't want him as well. We all know that dude's gonna be special. It's not about that. It's just about a little bit of preference. As I said, I got the least questions about Jalen Green. And I got a lot of answers. So, and when I'm looking at our team, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I might want him if Killian, and I know people think Killian had a good season, but if Killian struggled a little bit more, I might want him. But Killian showed me enough flashes passing the ball where I'm like, you get him another scorer, you don't necessarily need that. Of course, you put him with Cade, they're gonna share the ball. Killian's already shared the ball in the backcourt with DeLon Wright, and Saban Lee even said he liked it. It's not about that. But we'll see what happens with that, man. Shout out to all. He said it's Free Smoke Sunday now. It is, man. All praises to the Most High, man. You know, hope you have a good day.
Yeah, but on J-Mo on that tip though, that's honestly what swayed me over to the Green camp a little bit. It's just watching how Killian develop and everything, and I just feel like next season gonna come back in a lot more control, ready to take the reins over like he was supposed to this year. You saw the development throughout the course of the season. You know what I'm saying? So that made me feel a little bit more comfortable. Like this guy Green will probably be a much better fit and let Killian blossom into the point guard that he's supposed to be, as opposed to taking the ball out of his hands with a player like Cade.
Hey, that's exactly what we're saying. And we all know if Cade playing with Killian, he's freaking Cade Cunningham. They'll play great together. It's not about that. Not about that at all. All right, man. Shout out to all of the people in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already, man. And we out.
Good night, fellas.